knowing that you're going to get everybody's best shot is something to be proud of. The girls have to be willing to accept the challenge.
Everyone can improve on something. No matter how many points, no matter how many assists, like, you can always improve on something.
Yeah, the memories that are made on the basketball court, memories that stick with you for a long, long time.
And it's all just one big family to me. I think that's the best way I could put it, is I love everybody and I just love our supporters. And I'm so thankful for everyone. So that's what it means to me.
Yes, you can say that, but you really need to know what it's like to feel that. Like having a second family, all those girls have literally become my sisters.
As our program got better and better, when we went to play somebody, they knew who we were.
The three things: don't be lazy, don't be too cool, just go get the ball. Confidence in everything that you do, and have fun.
Time does go by, and that you need to live in the moment. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't do, is live in the moment. No lifting days off, no practices off. If we can see that emotion, all that drive for it, that's it.
Talent is nothing without hard work. Never underestimate the power of practice. Play hard, be humble, play together.
To be a Cowgirl is to play together, have fun, really show our community what we're capable of, and to play for them, play for us, play for our seniors, and it's just all about our love for each other.
I gotta say Breckenridge. There's just some names that identify a town, right? And, Breckenridge, right? Just like, 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃𝐈𝐓𝐒 or Skank, that's Hawley, right? Yeah. Askegard, that's a Barnesville name. Breckenridge, well, Kent officially, because he said he's from Kent. So, no, good to see Tony here.
Your life in basketball and what made you want to become a head coach and get involved in stuff like that.
Growing up in Kent with my brothers, we played a lot of basketball. A lot of people probably haven't even been through Kent. It has that old cement basketball court with some hoops that are in pretty tough shape, but when we were younger, that's when it was put in, and we spent a lot of time playing basketball on that court against each other, against other friends from town, and we spent a lot of hours putting in time on that court. I knew I wanted to be a coach. As I coached JV for many years, it never, it didn't really interest me. I really, really want to be a head coach. It just wasn't something that I thought I needed to do. I knew that I had young kids at home too coming up, and just knowing the time that it takes to do it, I didn't know if I was ready for that commitment. But, with my kids and my wife, I know for sure that they're very supportive and all that, and are willing to help out in ways that they can. And so it's really worked out well, and I got a good group of kids, obviously, that I coach.
Pump fake, she gets it over to Parker Yegi. Dribble kick out to Ava Janning on the right side, off the mark. Breckenridge trying to track down the rebound. Staples now has it, West Central area. With a 3-point lead and 10 seconds left to play. Ava Janning is on the floor trying to get the steal, jump ball. And they're gonna say possession arrow goes to the Cowgirls for all the marbles here. 74-71 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. They get into Parker Yegi. Yegi kicks out to Aaron Blavis in the right corner. Rotates to Jonica Bernales, lets it fly, off the mark. And rebounded by West Central area, gets tied up at the same time as Parker Yegi. Jump ball is gonna go to West Central area, and they are gonna win this ball game.
We didn't get where we wanted to go. We didn't get to go to state, but that doesn't take away from all the success and excitement these girls brought to the gym each night. I know that we have a group coming back. I know that we won't get to bring 2 of them back, which is tough, really tough.
And it was just heartbreaking because we lost 2 seniors and they were my best friends. So it was tough seeing that was my last game. And knowing that we could have beat them because we beat them in season. We go into that game and then we lose by 2 or 3 in overtime. So I feel like it was just more like a feeling empty and I gave it my all, but I couldn't do anything else.
I'm gonna miss next year, and I'm so proud of everything you've done. I love you, and yeah, I'm done. Oh my God.
We lose Sydney and Aaron, which, 2-year starters for us and had played in some big games.
I was just sad because I knew that we could get far. Like, we knew that we had a chance to win that next game. And it was kind of just, like, depressing that we could have won that. And then all our seniors are leaving. I mean, this year we want to do them justice to win these next playoffs games.
Throughout the season, we played 7 teams. 7 different teams that had 20-plus wins on the year. At one point, there were 8 teams from our section ranked in the top 20. 7 of them in the top 13. HOL champs for the first time since 2001. I truly believe, though, that what the girls have built going into next year, we give ourselves a good shot at doing something special.
The Cowgirls received even more motivation to chase the title after watching the football team reach the Prep Bowl for the first time since 1995, finishing as Class 1A runner-ups to 4-time defending champs Minnesota. The Breckenridge Cowboys made the state tournament for the first time since 1979 on one of the greatest plays in school history.
And back in the day, they would have been hanging from the rafters, and, well, Breck Pelican was probably really one of the last ones. No, Breck Perham. That was a pretty good crowd. It does bring a community together, no question about it. Raleigh Lipp, former voice of Breckenridge basketball. Oh, gosh, yeah, I really saw.
I'll tell you when to press play, okay?
Tesdall. He's got Edmondson. Back to Tesdall, who fires a 3. That goes in! Oh, my! We're tied at 47. 4, 3. Last second shot. Hagee takes it to the cup.
Oh, that was awesome, man. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, another one that just comes back, But yeah, I was yelling at the officials, man. I was like, count it, count it, count it. And they must have heard me, man, because, they counted it, and it was absolutely pandemonium. Yeah, it happened right in front of me, man, and the official was right in front of me. And we talked earlier about how many times we have just been screwed in that building, just have lost some heartbreakers. That was one that we finally got back. That's why we live, is to make great memories like that. Yeah, there's, what is it about basketball that just does it?
The Cowboys went to the state tournament 2 times in the next 3 years, securing their first win at state in 40 seasons. In 2021, the Cowgirls won the section volleyball championship, ending a 40-year state tournament drought. Breckenridge's only state basketball championship came back in 1940. With just 4 state championships across all sports in school history, the Breckenridge Cowgirls have never made it to the state tournament.
I mean, obviously we want to get the HOL conference champ, but that's not our top priority. We want to get that section championship and head down to the state tournament and put a good showing on down there. So that's our main goal.
I just want to get to the state. That's all we're circling in our head right now.
So that's the state or bust.
Well, as you know, I've been invested in Breckenridge basketball for a long time. My earliest memories go back, I suppose, to the mid-'70s. So my dad was the coach back then. I had brothers that played, some close friends.
Our record is a little bit misleading. We do play a real tough schedule. We're Class A school. 12 of our 20 games are against AA schools, the likes of Moorhead and Fergus Falls and Wahpeton and Crookston. So we do play a tough schedule. But this was really not, we have to be admitted to, it not supposed to be the year for the Breckenridge Cowboys. We had a real fine ball club last year, what we thought a real powerful team, and we got beat in the region by College Ironton. And so this year was really a building year for us, but I guess we arrived a little ahead of time, Roger.
I don't think there's too many that are going to argue with me around here that saw those teams. Denise Fries and Sue Singelman, now Sue Smith, on the same team. They had a lot of other pieces, too.
2 girls, Denise Fries
and Sue Smith, or Sue Singleton at the time. That was probably the best 1-2 combination. You haven't seen anything like that. They average 46 to 47 points a game, 2 people.
I want to say Lori Yagi played back then. There was a Dolman that played back then. I don't want to get into that because I might miss some names, but they were just completely stacked. If it wasn't for a gal named Janet Carbonat, Breckenridge probably would have won the state 2 or 3 years in a row. New York Mills ended up winning the state, I believe, 2 or 3 years in a row with Janet Carbonat. Maybe one of the most heralded girls basketball players in the state of Minnesota. I mean, she was just dominant during the late 70s.
Carbonat was the leader of the New York Mills dynasty of the late 70s, winning 3 straight state titles. She piled up over 3,000 career points, becoming Minnesota's first post-Title IX star. A sharp-shooting guard, Carbonat was the 1980 Miss Basketball winner and went on to play at Old Dominion and Louisiana Tech. She was a major activist for women's basketball.
Sue Singleton, who is now Sue Smith, maybe the all-time leading scorer if they had a three-point line in the 70s.
If it wasn't for Janet Carbonat and New York Mills, the Cowgirls probably would have won state 3 years in a row. How accurate do you think that statement is?
That statement is very accurate. We'd lose by 3-5 points, I think, the one year, and then we'd go down and watch them just pummel teams by 20, thinking, okay, the state championship was actually, at that time, regions. Janet Carbonat was just an unbelievable player in her time, too, you know, to go up against. We had a very good team, but we just would fall a little bit short when we got up against them. Coaching 7th and 8th grade basketball here at St. Mary's, and a couple of my girls were going to go down and attend one of Carbonat's camps. They brought a shirt back for me from her. She told them that they were lucky that they had such a good coach. She could tell they were very well coached. That's when they told her who their coach was, and then she sent the shirt back.
They kept us out of the state 3 years out of my first 4 years of coaching. When we played at science school, we had 3,200 people packed at that science school game. It was awesome. It was awesome. I think we lost by 3 or 5 points. That just wasn't to be. And then they'd get down to the state, and they'd win 3 games easy. It wasn't even close. The state was a can of corn. So that's like it was meant to be, you know, and as part of girls basketball history in Minnesota.
I think they had won 3 games in 2 years. It was pretty tough. Well, if you give me 5 years, I'll turn it around. But I said I need 5 years because I think it's going to take 3 or 4 before we can start winning. We had to push to get back to where they were when they were battling New York Mills. We had some good years. We had really good years. We just never were able to get over the hump and get to the doggone state tournament, you know. And that was probably the toughest part of it. Was we got there, we knocked on the door, and we just couldn't get that door open.
And then, of course, this current team they got right now, the last number of years, you thought, God, they got a chance. Unfortunately, there's been some injuries that really hurt them, but this just seems like a team that's destined to do something.
Drive and drive, don't you ever sleep, counting down the exit signs, like promises you can't keep, like promises you can't keep. Drive and drive, watch the night turn into day, as long as you keep.
Mostly rain showers with a few isolated heavy rain events.
Turnable office, and if you did not already hear, the Breckenridge Cowgirls are taking part in the Wisconsin Dells Shootout once again this year. They always do a fantastic job when they go to that. And following along, Robert Wanek, our very own, is going to be filming for the documentary. He was telling me all the stuff that he had whipped up, and it is going to be a fantastic start and a nice little prelude to all the great basketball we're going to get this year.
I'm Robert Wanek reporting live from the Dells this week in Wisconsin. Breckenridge basketball team is here to play 6 games today and tomorrow. Teams from Michigan, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. It's going to be a fun couple days of basketball. Social media coverage available now on kbmwnews.com. Presented by our man Jason Butts and JB's Ball Game Stat Book.
Back then in the summertime, they could go to camps, and I always told the girls, we had a good year. If we come back just as good next year, we're not going to be as good. And they'd say, why? Because you got to do something in the summer. You have to go to camps. It's no fun going out and shooting everybody else at the lake. And the good players would put that time in, you know.
Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
Go Parker! Coach, I'm ready.
He's very good about hearing us out on our opinions and stuff, which a lot of head coaches probably don't. Like, yeah, it's their way, and I think we work well together.
Play hard the whole time that you're out there.
Our defense creates our offense, and they know that, and it really gets us going. That's kind of how we would probably prefer the game to be, just because we like to play physical and get up and guard people.
Senior backcourt of Jonica Bernatus and Parker 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈 led a smothering trap defense, which held all 6 opponents under 40 points.
She can't push off either. Let's go, John.
Sit down.
So I think that we could possibly be one of the best defenders in Class A. I think it all obviously starts with, like, you need to have that mindset that that's what we want to be. It starts with your heart. You got to be able to want that. And I think that we could be, for sure. I think that our press is really good and that we have so many different presses and different ways that we shift it to what they're trying to break or whatever.
So they're starting to come into that role that they are realizing, hey, this is our last chance. This is our last go. So you do see them pushing each other.
You have to drop back. You can't commit to the person. Once that they pass over here, you have to kind of be in the middle because we're going to that middle. So you have to play the middle.
You're
and then you'll come back. You're allowing it.
You want it to go back.
Cowgirls played several Minnesota foes, defeating Class 3A St. Lawrence by 30-plus points and toppling 2024 Class 1A state champion Goodhue 62-32. Spear was the catalyst against Goodhue, bearing 3 triples in the first half.
But I do like the thought of her standing at the three-point line with everybody driving and her hands and feet are ready, because you know when it goes up, leaves her hands, and you think it's going in every time.
Junior guard Piper Janing and her freshman sister Ava Janing spearheaded the downhill action, getting to the rim at will and starring in the fast break.
We went up tempo, but we started that up tempo.
She drives in the paint. Fast break, just like.
We wanted our point guards to have 2 dribbles or less and kicking the ball up the floor. We wanted our posts, first post down the floor, you have to go to block on ball side, whatever side the ball went on. We had our wings spreading out and sprinting down the floor. And we were able to do that with the younger kids all the way up. So when they got to our level, they'd already been playing that.
As cool as the other side of the pillow.
That was Gary Allen, nothing on but the radio. I'm Robert Wanek, nothing on in the Dells except for baseball and live basketball. Breckenridge Cowgirls go 3-0 today at the Dells shootout, including the introduction of Sienna Fobb, the first of many buckets in Cowgirl green.
Good day. Too little.
It also served as the introduction of transfer center Sienna Fobb, formerly of Wahpeton. Fobb formed a vicious 1-2 punch inside with fellow 6-footer Mariah Colthus. flowed extremely well in the team's two-post lineups.
That was their first time playing together, and they kind of seemed to click. And that's not always easy as two posts to click on the floor like that.
She brings a lot of energy to the court. She's big and she can block shots. She's a really great defender, and she's a solid player. It's nice having her on the court, having another big, so we can run two bigs and have a high-low or whatever we want. She has a great shot, so she can do inside and out, like the pick and rolls and whatever. She wants to slip it or pop back out, and I think that we can read each other really good with that. It'll be fun to see what we can do this year. Right away, I didn't believe it. I was like, well, I'm not going to believe that until she's actually over here or comes with skills, because I was like, are you guys sure? So I don't think it really crossed anyone's mind that like it was going to like mess something up or anything. I think that if anything, it would have helped us, and it obviously is helping us.
The whole team is really passionate. Like, we all like cared about basketball, and like we all wanted to be there, and it made our bond better knowing that all of us wanted the same goal.
Our group of parents really likes to come together too, so I think this year especially, with some new faces on our roster, that it was really good as far as just getting to play together, but more importantly, they get to have fun together and hang out and spend some team bonding, and the parents get to do the same. I think overall for our program, it's huge just to have everybody together and get to see kind of the fun side of everything, and so all the work that needs to be put in all the time.
Well, the Breckenridge Cowgirls, they were in mid-season form during the Wisconsin-Dell shootout, won all 6 of its games.
Minneapolis, you're so merry,
It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. Like, it's a new dawn, it's a new day.
Breckenridge, they returned to the court July 30th in a Target Center showdown against Thompson, North Dakota.
It's been a great summer. Breckenridge Cowgirls off to a 9-0 start with a couple events left.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Yeah, sun coming up, lighting my way. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. Yeah, can't wait for what lies from me. Yeah, it's feeling different this time.
Now, you guys are doing a pretty good job now of talking on defense. I heard you guys talking switch, you got up, you got down. But as soon as that other person says it, you got to find the ball. Because a lot of times it's coming. They're setting a screen, they're coming off it. So as soon as the screen is set, look for the ball, okay? And then you guys got to talk all the way through it.
Honestly, I'm beautifully floating like butterflies. Right in the moment is where I'm planning most of the times, yeah. Got the balance, got the handle. Stay burning something like Kyrie before the fan show. Yeah, got the balance, got the handle. I'm going Kyrie. If I cross you, it's a scandal. No deeper joy, no vandal. It's only up from here, catch me sticking to my plan, no.
We've all watched our idols play on this big court, and you don't realize how big it is until you come out here. Like, the lane seems so long. It feels like the three-point line from the paint. I felt like we executed it pretty well. We went out there. We're just super quick. We have a lot more guards, but with Sienna this year, we have 2 bigs, Mariah, Sienna, and we have a bunch of guards out there, so it's like we can run the floor because they're quick guards in post. So, yeah, it'll be a really fun experience for all of us to come down here and just watch some good basketball.
That was Tones and I with Dance Monkey. And the big dance for Minnesota Summer Hoops, that's the Pace Setter Sweet 16. Invite only. The 16 top teams, girls and boys from all classes in Minnesota. In recent years, it has been home to NBA champion Chet Holmgren, Jalen Suggs, Amir Coffey, a bunch of pros.
You know, they're good friends and been in a lot of battles together.
This tournament featured defending state champion in Class 1A West Central area, the team who knocked Breckenridge out of the postseason last year.
It doesn't really matter win or lose. We're still going out there. We're playing hard. We're figuring out for the season because it all comes down to the last games of the season. And these are just getting us prepared. They're going to be really good teams. We're just going to have to go out there. We're going to have to play as hard as we can. That's all I can ask for. I don't expect to go and take first, which would be really nice, but there's some really good teams down there, so we're just going to go down there and figure it out and have fun.
Cowgirls got to face off against Amisha Romlal, a University of Minnesota Gophers commit.
We don't care what the name of their jersey says. Like, we just go out there and we play as if we're playing any other school. And the younger girls stepping up, getting over their nerves, and like going out there and playing how they know how to play.
New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva, they took a 2-point lead in the final seconds, setting up a buzzer beater opportunity for Breck. Senior guard Emily Gowan served as a coach for the Sweet 16 as she continued her rehab from ACL surgery.
Is that a different perspective than when you're playing in the game? And you know, if anything, did that allow you to see the game in a different way?
It's definitely a different perspective. Some things you think go so quick on the court, but then like from the sidelines, everything's almost in slow motion. And you can just see like how like the extra pass worked out so much better than from when you can see it on the court, or like how you can see a lot more mistakes. I prefer being on the court, but it's good that I got to see the perspective from the bench too.
And then we had a great summer. We played really well. We played team basketball. The girls were clicking. You know, still Emily not back at that point in time, but knew that she was putting in the time to get back.
Coaching alongside Gowan was the parent duo of Bruce Yegi and Brian Bernatis.
Can you hear your dad during the games? Because I can hear your dad during.
Yes, I can. I can only hear a select few people. Like, when I'm playing, I don't hear anyone except Bogey and my dad. For some reason, I can always hear him yelling.
You get pretty animated during the game sometimes, to say the least.
Fairly. You know, and I tell you what.
Cue to Clooten.
I go into every game saying, and I'm not just saying like some games, every game saying, okay, Bruce, this time you're really going to do it. Okay?
Back up, Anna! Back up, Anna! Back up, Anna! She's gonna beat you on the run! Run, Michaela!
Anna!
Rip it! Let's go, get on it! Keep her left! Keep her left! Keep her left! Keep her left!
I think it was really memorable just for Parker and I for sure, because both of us had our dads as our coach our 4th, 5th, 6th grade years. So I think it was just memorable to have it one last time, knowing that it was our last time. And it was really fun. They did a good job. They didn't really have to do much, but it was fun and kind of brought back memories from back when we were younger, hearing their voices back on the bench.
I like it. Just like way different. Like, it's just the way that he coaches. He's like just like the complete opposite of Ogie, I feel like, but it's really fun.
It was a little bit surreal because we started out 0-2. And I told the girls, I said, girls, guess what? Got great news for you. Your other coaches must do a heck of a lot better job than Brian and I do, because you're 0-2 with us. So there's nowhere to go but up as it goes on.
Breckenridge cruised past preseason #1 team in Class 1A, Sleepy Eye St. Mary's.
Ava Janing was the biggest riser in this one. She got knocked down, bounced around, but got right back up.
So I had to face guard their best player, number 3. She's like, I think committed to SDSU, I'm pretty sure. And I was just getting in her head, and then she just threw an elbow at me. She said sorry after that, but.
Her finishing moves, her spin move, her shooting is going to be a problem this winter season.
Beyond privileged to be able to do this. Thank you for this opportunity, all right? Their path is going to be paved by themselves. And the destiny that they want is, assuming they can stay healthy, will be, I think, the journey that they'll go on. I mean, it didn't matter where we were. It didn't matter who we were playing. It didn't matter if we were down at the Target Center or down in Bloomington or out in, Jamestown or Fargo. Every coach walked away saying, I didn't see that coming. I remember we played Lakeview North down in the cities one time, and this was a very good team, and there was a grandma who was just irate because we kind of handled them. And one of the parents kind of walked by and says, our group doesn't lose, which has happened to us, and I was like, well, Yeah, 10-4. But it's a group of girls that really, like I said, I'll echo it again, losing isn't really in their mind. If they are losing, well, it's not the other team, it's me. But we got to do this because we can, so.
We know what we're getting with this team. Breckenridge is really, really, really good. They won the conference last year.
You mentioned a little bit the conference. You look at it overall with Breckenridge, DGF, Barnesville, Pelican Rapids.
You have 6 teams with like a D2 or higher girl.
And good evening and welcome into the Hive. I'm Jason Growth with Lance Rock as we get ready to go right back at the Hive, and it should be a fun one here tonight.
Really, really good Breckenridge Cowgirls team, Jason, that I'm looking forward to seeing as well tonight. You never know what you're going to get here on the opening tab, but here's the Yellow Jackets right away off the bat.
After missing last season with a knee injury, 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈 returned to the hardwood.
It was like a big game, so I was like, I don't know if I was fully there right away.
With star point guard Jonica Bernardis out with her own knee injury, 𝐂𝐈 was thrust into the starting point guard role.
A three-pointer nailed by 𝐂𝐈 as she calls the bank.
And then, yeah, after the first few shots went in, definitely helped.
A block there by Gertie. Drives lane wide open there. 𝐂𝐈 for 2. She's quickly got 10, and that's what the lead is at, 20-10 in favor of the Cowgirls.
Both teams are playing with a lot of grit, and they're getting after it on the defensive end. If you talk to either head coach right now, they probably wouldn't be really happy. This hasn't been a real clean start to the season.
It's kind of how we would probably prefer the game to be, just because we like to play physical and get up and guard.
Pull-up jumper by Spear is good. She's got 5 all the second half. On a Spear, hits the big 3. Anderson drives, kicks, Kutzer, extra pass. Nelson, the 3, it's good! Sophie Nelson hits the 3-pointer. Jumper is good that time. Gives the Cowgirls the lead right back. 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈 with it. Game clock at 20 seconds. 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈 loses it to the floor. She gets it back, throws it back. Bob the jumper, it's good. We're going to overtime. And Sienna hit the game-tying jumper. Great pass from Parker, who had drove baseline. She slipped on the floor, was able to get the pass off to Fob on the elbow. And it's a 5-point Yellow Jacket lead as Hemberger hits the corner 3. 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈 to answer, she does! 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈 with a quick answer. Now Anderson breaks the pressure. To the near side, Hemberger again! The corner 3 is good! 77-69.
Their defense is so quick, and I don't know if we just weren't conditioned to stay with them or what, but they were so fast. We struggled getting the ball up the court. We struggled dribbling. We struggled passing. Once they get hot, they're hot, and they definitely got hot towards the end of the second half and definitely in overtime.
You know, it was a lot of pressure. I don't know if people actually thought that, but I think the girls felt like people thought that we shouldn't lose a game and we should win them all by a lot. And that's not a realistic thing to really actually expect out of a team, especially if you look at our conference, especially now that we know what our conference is like and our section is like. They felt that pressure from the outside, not necessarily in themselves. I think they knew what the season was going to kind of be, where teams were going to compete. But I think they felt the outside thinking, that we should be winning every game and we should be doing it easily and everything should be perfect. So I think they felt that pressure, and I think the last 2 years, even leading up to this year, have been, we've maybe exceeded expectations just because 2 years ago, Jonica tore ACL and we were kind of scrambling, like, what are we going to do? It was a big part of our offense. And then you go to last year and Emily, we knew going into the year that Emily wasn't going to be playing, but it was still, all right, we got to find somebody to fill that void that we're missing. And then we lose Sydney and Aaron, which, 2-year starters for us and had played in some big games. So we knew that we had to fill those spots. And then we have Emily coming back, so that kind of fills Sydney's spot. And then Sienna joining the team kind of fills Aaron. So we knew that we had the pieces that we were looking for to be successful.
It's crazy to think with how talented they were last year. It's like, oh, and they could have, and they didn't even have Emily.
So my first surgery was September 25th. I've been going up to Fargo twice a week ever since then. Before, January to February, I couldn't get my knee to bend all the way. I couldn't get all my flexion. So then I had an MRI to see if I had scar tissue or any buildup in there, and then I did. So then I had another surgery.
Okay, I'm actually gonna just try to make the layup. You actually try
Emily
to
demolished
block
my
it.
shin.
I don't know, it's not easy, so it's a day-to-day thing, depends really, but not great, I guess.
She has put in a lot of time, over the last year, but the last 6 weeks, she has really came a long ways. Really testing her knee, even just slashing to the hoop. Kind of look like the old Emily.
I saw a lot of butterflies. It's been a while, so. But yeah, seeing the first shot go in and how he started the game strong definitely helped. I'm just trying to hammer down on defense right now. It's gonna be one of the last thing that comes back for me just because I'm not as quick as I was. I'm working on getting that to come back, and then I've been shooting a lot more than I was my sophomore year, just working on that in the gym. I think my only personal goal is just to not get injured. Still just talking on the court and leading the defense as well is my main goal. Yeah, I definitely try to speak up as much as I can. And I love to encourage my teammates like Mariah, Sienna. I love just to boost them up, make sure they're in the right headspace and everything.
Yeah, I would even go a little more left. Her and the camera are even. I don't want to be picky here, but if you could set up where she's in the middle.
Perm, we obviously didn't have Jonica, and then we went into overtime. And I think we were with Amanda, and we were just tired. And I had limited minutes, so that made some of the other guards play more, and we were just tired. We were there, but just always a step behind.
Raleigh Lip with you on a Saturday afternoon. Great you could join us. Cowgirls lost a heartbreaker in their season opener back on December 20th.
The return of the king, Raleigh Lip, the golden voice. We're bringing him back for the season opener after a 6-year hiatus from the voice of the Valley.
Season opener for the Rebels, number 25, 𝐅𝐈𝐋𝐌, 6'1" senior.
Biggest thing is just trying to limit her touches. She's going to score on you. There's no question about that. Trying to make it hard for her to score without fouling. Because I think one of the games that we played, I believe she only scored from the free throw line.
I'm not very tall, but I'm aggressive, but I don't know if I'm aggressive enough to be able to push her out of the lane and stuff.
Garrett up strong off the glass. Count it, and 1. 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃𝐈𝐓𝐒 in the paint, kicks out to Bernanis. Good head fake. Jonica gets into the lane, and the kiss off the glass is good. Parker steps up for 3 and buries it. So a turnover that turns into a 3. 7 straight for the Cowgirls after trailing 10-5. And now some problems in the backcourt, and a travel is going to be called. And the lead back to 12, the biggest lead of the game for DGF with 5.5 to play.
They're tough, they're gritty, they do whatever it needs to be to get the job done.
Yes, it was hard right away, getting up and going to practice after you're losing these games, but we all came together and found each other and started playing how the Cowgirls should play.
Honestly, every day at practice, it's so much fun. We always have a good time. I think we've had one practice where we weren't clicking. It was right before the Wahpeton game. None of us were really in the mood to be there. It was gloomy out. And I think that's the only practice that I haven't had a bunch of fun at. Even like film sessions and in the weight room, like we're always laughing, we're always smiling.
So I had to go easy on the old man.
How about that time I stuffed you in practice?
You did not. Yeah, because you were explaining how to stuff me.
But we're always focused and we know what we gotta do. That's just like the highlight. It's just being with everybody every day.
Somebody farted.
Probably Parker.
What?
It stinks.
Okay, you have to get up and
It's
guard.
Jonathan.
We're not giving them any open three. Work on
No,
your
you
jab
reach.
step. Get them off balance.
Because that smells like freaking rotten eggs in the sewer. Hers are horrible. Oh, somebody farted. I'm like, bro, it's you every time. It wasn't me.
They're Parker's. I baked them today. I'm a baker. I baked these cookies. Yeah, they're at home. They have hearts on them for you too. Foul. Foul.
Off to an uncharacteristic 0-2 start to the season. Seems like a do-or-die game.
You'll never probably say it out loud, but you think in the back of your mind, like, oh no, this could, this ball of yarn could roll down the stairs in a hurry, and we need to go up another staircase, not down a set. So that's what makes for such a good story is you don't truly know when you're following them day by day like that, kind of what that story and outlook could be. I mean, it could result in a 5-15 season and bounced in the play-in game of a section tournament. It could result in a state championship. You're not going to know until you get to March.
We kind of know for how long now. Morgankorf is their go-to. They went in and beat Perham at Perham.
Very tough Pelican Rapids, Morgankorf-led team.
Obviously against Morgankorf. That's how it always has been ever since 8th grade year. She's like a lightning bolt. She's fast. She gets to the rim. She can shoot. She can really do everything. She's physical and she's like shorter, smaller, but she's a fast guard and can get to the rim and make any finish. And so it'll be a tough game, it'll be a quick game, I feel like, and more up pace than a normal game that we would have. So I feel like that'll be a big game.
No, yeah, she's a really good player. She's definitely at the top, maybe.
Ava Janning, crossover. She's got room to drive. Middle lane, lefty, floats. She drops it down.
With the season already on the ropes, 𝐅𝐈𝐋𝐌 delivered a breakout game.
Lob pass, middle lane, Coltis. She'll put it up right away. Nothing but nylon. Janning skips it to Yagi inside to Coltis. She rolls it around the world and scores. 15-2, the Cowgirls. Out to Fob. Fob drills a three. Makes him pay. 5 on the shot clock. Spear. Pump fake. Drives. 1 on the shot clock. Coltis beats the buzzer. Yagi gets it stolen away by Cooler. Yagi steals it back. Goes up. Tries to draw the foul. Korf comes away with it. She won't get a shot off at the buzzer. Cowgirls head into the break with a commanding 30-17 lead. Korf can't dial it in tonight. She has yet to make a basket from the floor. Running up court, nice zip pass to Ava Janning through the contact. The 8-0 Vikings run. Inside to Janning, back to the basket. Step through left hand, money. Piper Janning puts the defense in the spin cycle. Blocked by 𝐅𝐈𝐋𝐌. 𝐅𝐈𝐋𝐌 having the game of her life tonight. A statement win over a very good Pelican Rapids team, handing the Vikings their first loss of the season. And that's a final. Breckenridge Cowgirls get the monkey off their back.
Going through the scoring, 𝐅𝐈 led us with 12 points to go along with 16 rebounds.
Really big game for you. I said I didn't have on my bingo card tonight, you being the leading scorer, but I mean, you just kind of had your way offensively.
Well, I'd say I'm just going to try to look to score a bit more here and use my height as an advantage and just try and shoot over people a little bit more than I normally do.
What was the conversation like and the feeling like just amongst the team going into this game?
Well, at the beginning, I thought everybody was a little bit down, But as soon as we decided to have our third game here, we all wanted to pick each other up because we wanted to have a good game here. We wanted to win real bad.
That's the first game I think I've ever been leading scorer, so that was fun.
Down low, not swinging her arms, just using more of her hands to block those shots. And
we talked about how she's doing a really good job of staying straight up in the post.
Before every game, I tell Dahlgren that I want to get a block that goes into the stands, but I haven't gotten one yet. But I'm really trying to get one.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Clooten drives, Coltis blocks.
I don't really mind not shooting. I'd rather pass anyway, because I think it's more fun to get an assist and help my teammates score. Like when Parker gets her 2,000 and Jonica got her 1,000, I'd rather assist them, because I feel like they're just a better chance at scoring than me, and I'm okay with that. I would just say we need to keep working hard every day and play together. Definitely the short corner. I shoot that all the time in practice, and the elbow's pretty good too.
Most improved. Also one that had a few names on it for varsity. Mariah Coltis.
Fortunately, we got Tony Bugden hopping in here to talk some Breckenridge Cowgirls basketball because the Cowgirls have opened up with a gauntlet of a schedule. I don't know if the girls get a little intimidated by an opponent like that or anything like that. I know they've played in a lot of big games at this point, so maybe not so much with the veteran group you guys got.
You walk past their trophy cases and they're full. I mean, they're full of everything. Coach Herder might brought up they have cross country, they have girls basketball, boys basketball, football. And then you see some of those retired jerseys that some of these players are playing at the professional level, so it's kind of cool to walk in and see all that. We talked about it too. We can't be scared. We know they're good. We watch them on film. They're good. They make plays that a lot of players won't make throughout the year. We talked about we got nothing to lose. Let's go out and show them how we can play too. It's hard for another team to try and take away one person when we have all those girls that can score it.
Someone's having a hot night. It takes all the pressure off them because another person can get hot. It's really nice to play with a team like this.
Outside shots. We knew that they could hit threes. That was kind of the scouting reports, like all of them can shoot threes.
I hear Ava, and I'm like, oh boy, Ava must have made a little bit of a jump on defense if you're giving her a task like that.
Coach Breckenridge got his first technical of the season after Breckenridge was assessed 2 flopping violations.
You kind of, no, just threw your hands up and completely disagreed and all that stuff. So no, that's straight as you go.
No warning.
That was unbelievable for you guys.
Yeah, that's my bad, but that's a foul. Every time, every single time, do the same thing, okay? If she's gonna go into you, that's the only way you can defend it, okay? So keep going, body her up. As soon as she throws her shoulder into you, you're going down.
We only had 5 girls score, but I thought every girl that stepped out on the floor did a really nice job of staying composed and just competing at a high level.
I'm going to start off with a mini haha game, I think, because, like, I don't think any of us really expected to go on there and, like, hang with that team. But we did, and, like, we went out there, we played hard, and we had fun together, and, like, we didn't crumble at how good they were and, like, where we were and the small town we come from going down there. I feel like we played hard, we played up to their competition. It was just, like, it was just fun all-around team basketball.
This year's group probably played one of the toughest schedules that a Breck Cowgirls team has ever played.
You know, how important is this stretch to string together a couple wins in the larger picture of the season?
You know, just I think more confidence than anything. It's hard when you start getting down and you lose a few games in a row. Hard on everybody. You're pressing for a win at that point in time. I think just taking these games and doing what we can and competing and giving ourselves a shot at the end of the game is the biggest thing.
Talk about Parker Yagi here while we have time. We always forget to talk about her because it's just like typical Parker Yagi stat line every night. She's averaging around 18 a game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals.
You know, she's just one of those players you watch film on great NBA rebounders, and a lot of times they're not oversized compared to the others, and she just has that will to go get rebounds. She's physical, so she can box out and do that sort of thing, but she also just kind of can read it off the glass and goes up, and she's strong enough to rip it out. We're going to say 5'6", actually, we'll probably say.
Yeah.
Just had to give her a hard time yesterday at the Wahpeton game when we were watching and about her height, but she made sure she was, I think she said 5'6.5", but
we round up here.
Yeah. So it's incredible that she can average that much, but she does, you said it, kind of as a guard, but she plays all 5 spots for us, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to get rebounds or to get wins. So
it's not too chippy out there, but when the ball's up in the air, it's like, no, we're not that close anymore. Like, we all want to win. We want to put more points on that board.
And a lot of times she gets a bucket after it too, because she's strong enough to go up and finish through contact.
Yeah, I just think she's really well schooled. She has the strength for it. You know, a lot of these girls, if they get inside the lane, have a tough time getting shots off. Parker is just dominant when she gets downhill. There's not much not to like about Parker's game.
Maybe going at it a little bit more with the other players on the other teams. Who would that player be?
Definitely Parker. She can get caught up in some of that sometimes, and sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes we have to take her out to cool her down just because we know that there might be a frustration fall that comes from it. But she'll get back in and she'll rise to the occasion of, all right, if that's the way that they want to play, then I feel like she's going to go right at them, and it's going to be a good thing for us too. I'm okay with her getting into it and maybe even talking a little bit to the other team. And
when it's game time, like, we're not like buddy. We're like, let's get this game going, and we're off to the rings. That's Parker. You're gonna be up in my face. their game. They start playing out of themselves and they start like getting more physical and dirty and they start talking, which like I expect that. It's fun. Like you go out there, like I'm gonna get in your head and I want to steal the ball and I want to smile back at you. Like that's the most fun game. Like those are the most fun parts of the game for sure.
She is a little trash talker on the court, but it gets us going sometimes with her little trash talking here. But I don't know, it brings the energy sometimes, honestly. And in practice, I have to guard Parker a lot. So it's not just during games where she's that little Larry Bird style. It's in practice all the time. So she really does take it, practice how you play in all parts of her game when it comes to shooting, rebounding, and even her trash talking.
No, sir. No, sir.
Go out there and give all you can. You can rest when you get home.
A little trash talk kind of goes with you're getting up and down the court, the adrenaline's flowing, let her fly and see that ball go through and give them a little bit on the way back down, you know. How much farther do you want me to step back? How tight are you gonna get up on me so I can blow by you? I do remember one time I attached bells to my shoes. Our cheering section, when I would score, would sing jingle bells. Their coach was calling the ref over saying, so yeah, instead of getting to play, I was unlacing my shoes and getting them off.
I just think you'll be hard-pressed to find a better conference for, you know, this level of Minnesota basketball top to bottom. I mean, it's crazy how loaded it is. So
Crazy expected to have a really good girls basketball team this year, maybe one of the better teams they've had in recent history. They knocked out Barnesville in the opener by 30.
Just tell me a little bit about the competition that you guys have faced in these first 4 games. You know, the 3 of the best teams in the conference as well as Minnehaha.
You know, you look and anybody could really win it, and it's not going to be a 1 or 2 loss team in the conference. You know, Frazee's playing outstanding right now. They're averaging over 80 points a game.
Ever since sophomore year, they've been a rebuilding team, and they're a pretty solid team now. They have one girl that's committed to UND, so she'll be, obviously our eyes are all on her, so.
And starting for the Hornets is senior number 30, Jane Sutphin.
She's a solid player, then they have a couple wing players that are really good, so they're going to be a solid team.
Cowgirls were led by 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃𝐈𝐓𝐒's 18 points. Senior guard knocked down 4 of 5 shots from beyond the arc, scored 10 of her team's first 19 points.
The undefeated Hornets rode the hot hand of UND commit Jaden Sonnenberg in her 28-point double-double.
The 𝐅𝐈𝐋𝐌, they had that was a battlefield type of season for them. I mean, you were in the trenches each and every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Didn't matter if the day ended in Y. It seemed like it was a 2 or 3 point ball game, or it went to overtime. It felt like.
I can't count the amount of times that I heard Coach Herder yell, "Don't reach."
Don't reach down here.
Yeah, I mean, the refs call a lot of ticky-tack fouls, so we had to learn to get off them and not use our hands. But yeah, we're used to trying to get all the steals and get them all the turnovers. But last night we just had to dial it back.
Several comebacks in that game from you guys when it looked like you were dead in the water, and that's kind of been the story all year, so no shortage of fight.
I mean, they beat DGF by 33, one of the top teams in the conference, so I thought we did a nice job of sticking with them.
Frazee held a 10-point lead on its home court with 2:38 remaining in the contest. Before a barrage of threes, Parker Yegi and 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈 got the lead to 2 points in the final minute.
Moments later, Yegi came up with a steal and drove to the basket, but Frazee stripped the ball and it glanced off Yegi's leg out of bounds to dash the comeback bid. It's the third conference loss for the Cowgirls in the early slate.
Yeah, I think they'll be a top team in the conference. They slowly have became a better team in the conference, and they were a lower team my 8th grade freshman year, and they're going to be a solid team, and I think they'll probably go far in the playoffs.
Who's Frazee gonna lose to? After we play last night, and it's like there's a lot of good teams, but Frazee kind of showed us who they were last night, and looking at Holly next week, they beat Pelican by like 17 last night. So, and then Pelican goes and beats Currum, so it's kind of just I would say you got Frazee, and then there's some teams that are kind of chasing, so it'll kind of just be what team shows up.
Yeah, I feel like right away we were all kind of in a panic, like what's going on? Why is nothing, like why are we not winning? Like why does it just seem like it's going downhill? But I feel like a lot of us kind of like remembered, like it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And I feel like that was like a big thing for us to realize. And like you said, those were games that we could have won. It was within 4 points, 6 points, and we were leading sometime in that game too. We realized that we're going to have a target on our back, and we need to accept that, and that we need to come in with everything that we have.
We know that we're better than this, and like it doesn't matter how you start the season, it matters how you end. So we're trying to keep our heads up and just find ways to finish games.
So I thought we had really high expectations, and I know that the girls felt a lot of pressure to start the year. We'd drop a few, we start 2-4, and I think we felt the pressure to win at that point in time.
For everyone else, the outsiders, the expectation was we're going to go undefeated and we're going to go to state. But for us, we saw Frazee, we saw DGF, we saw Pelican. We saw all these hard games. We saw Minnehaha and we saw Sacred Heart, and we're like, those are going to be hard games, and it's going to go either way. So,
yeah, well, one thing is like you're tired and you feel like you're not doing enough, but you don't have a lot more to give. That's one of the biggest things, and that kind of takes a mental toll too. Is like you want it so bad, but you just can't give any more than what you've given, and sometimes we're not on the same page, and you can't always force being on the same page. So that was probably the worst part. It's just we weren't connected right away.
The Breckenridge Cowgirls, and they are taking on the visitors from Holly. The Holly Nuggets are in town tonight for a 𝐅𝐈𝐋𝐿 Classic.
The front end of the schedule has not been friendly to Breckenridge. They've had some tough ones.
Their volleyball team has been successful the last 2 years.
Holly wins 25-22.
And the celebration continues for Holly High School, where the girls volleyball team brought home their first ever state championship over the weekend.
Jading driving, bounce pass to Gowan. What a nice assist and a pass and a reverse layup. Oh, and there's a steal, a nice little double team again by Bernardus and Yegi. And Yegi gets that one to roll in. The fob down low with the left hand and rolls it in.
And we were able to try and pressure some of their guards that they normally wouldn't have bring it up, and thought our girls did a good job of just flying around.
5-point lead. Biggest lead for the Cowgirls of the game so far. And there's a little tip right back into the hands. Oh, what do we call it? 10 seconds.
She's just a heady player. I mean, she gets the paint and you don't see her panic. She's got her footwork, she looks at the rim, she's looking to score, but also she finds the open player, and when it's in her hands, we know something good is going to happen.
Cowgirls take a 35-24 lead here at halftime. Back over to Parker. She'll eye up the three. First three-point field goal for the Cowgirls.
I think you guys made 5 threes in a row in the second half.
What a fob. Kicks it out to Ava for the open look at the three, and Ava with the three.
And now nobody can miss.
Right, everybody's getting threes.
And then just trusted each other. I thought they did a good job of trusting that the trap was going to force a long pass, so they knew that they could get a little bit more of a jump on it. I thought our girls played aggressive all over the floor.
If you're locked in with a scouting report, yeah, that makes a big difference.
That Holly team came into that game, I believe, 3-2. You guys handed them about a 30-point loss. They turned around and beat Frazee.
It's just like so crazy to see that on any given night, any team can come in and beat any team. It does not matter.
I always say when I'm coaching, you find one girl probably to every 20 boys that'll play with that grit and that aggressiveness. Now it's probably 1 to about 12. you have that dedication. On the girls' side of things, boys are just kind of built that way, and girls, I think, have to learn to play that way.
So I had the philosophy that I'm coaching basketball players. I'm not coaching boys or I'm not coaching girls, I'm just coaching basketball players. And the thing I noticed the most was that the girls generally lack confidence. The boys, they have too much confidence sometimes, you know. We did youth camps and we had our girls come in to be role models and let them see how the younger kids worshiped them, kind of, you know, wanted their autographs and how that was important.
I think that our confidences came a lot more, and we're all kind of back to where we were this summer. We're clicking, we're on the same page. At the start of the season, it just seemed like we were all like a step behind each other, and we're finally all back on the same page.
Tenacious defense and that aggressiveness on offense. Not afraid of the contact and just fight it out.
Now we've realized that defense leads to a better offense and just a better overall mindset for all of us during the game.
We weren't allowed to hand check or bump up against. That would have been a foul automatically, where now they allow the game to be a little more physical than when I played, 45 years ago. I think sometimes that they let it get so physical that it becomes ugly basketball over a nice, clean game of basketball.
I would say my defense is the best part of my game. Like, I get low, I get a lot of steals, and then I like attacking a lot. Like, that's one of my strong suits, and I can always shoot the three.
You know, when you put her in, she just has that killer instinct. Whether it be defensively, she's a great lockdown defender on people, or offensively, it hits her hand in a big moment, you think that shot's going in too. So it's nice to have a player like that where they're just like a true, I don't want to lose type player. They get after it. Doesn't matter if it's a loose ball, she's diving on it. She's going all out all the time.
Not afraid of the contact and just fight it out.
Going through the film that we've taken, there's just dozens of amazing pressure defense situations, and she's been so phenomenal.
All state level type players, and she was able to shut them down. They pressure you, they get in your face. Don't let them dictate what we're gonna do.
We're doing a documentary on you guys, following you since the summer season. Does that add any pressure amongst you guys, knowing that everything you're doing is being recorded?
Yeah, I don't think it's that much different, because as soon as like the ball goes up, they're just like, we're all locked into the game. We're not thinking about any of that.
She understands what the other players can't do when she's defending them. She gets in their head as far as that.
So like the circle part, or
like what is that dynamic like, being a pair of sisters on the same team and a lot of times playing on the court at the same time?
I think it helps a lot just because we know where she's going to be at any time. Like, we get a lot of assists to each other, just like back and forth passes. So we just kind of read each other's minds, and like whenever like one of us is down, we can lift each other up, and like we know how to make the other person get better. Like, we know what to say to the other person so they think back at what they did and like how they can get better.
Footwork clinic Piper.
Crew are brainwashed, thinking that I always was a lost cause. In spite of that, never cared what they said, the lies they fed. Call me the person that I am today. Call us the ones who trying to be the way. Call me.
yeah, it is really fun, especially because we played together since we were like forever.
She's the main part of our zone presses. She's up and she's getting a lot of deflections. Her kind of leading the people to the sideline and making those long passes happen over her hands. Defensively, she affected the game a lot.
My dad, he's always coached us, always pushed us and made us be better, always like brought us to the gym, and now he's coaching us as the assistant coach.
We played doubleheaders with the boys. However many years, it was always the girls played the first game, the guys played the the second game. Those years when we were really good, the girls actually played the nightcap game.
Off glass. Good. Silk, satin, so smooth.
It's just a fun atmosphere in Barnesville on Thursday night. So that brings something a little extra special. I think they're struggling a little bit right now, but they're going to figure it out. They'll get it turned around. Our boys are going to be fired up. Last year, Barnesville came into Breck and kind of put it to us by about 15, and I think they'd like to get some revenge on that.
Levi Christensen, nice attack off the drive, comes to a jump stop, and with the easy two. Talk about a blend of fresh blood and veteran experience. Rock Somerville looking to hunker down, and look at that swipe. Causes the turnover. Cooper Roberts hauls it in. Roberts looking to make something happen in transition, and one! Look at that, getting into the paint for the dribble kick, and that is what you love to see. Connor Ernst capitalizing with the open look. Breckenridge once again with a 1-point lead. Aiden Sanchez with a hard drive inside, right hand on the left side. What a bucket! 67-64. Roberts will miss that off back iron as well. Barnesville is going to sail it down the floor. They were looking to throw it down to Jacob Strand, and head coach Matt 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃𝐈 was looking for a timeout, but Breckenridge is going to hang on for the victory, 67-64.
They're a completely different team, but knowing Bill Gottenberg, by the end of the year they'll be competitive and able to compete in the HOL.
I don't know Gottenberg what they're going to do with Barnesville, but I feel like I trust him. I believe that they're going to come together and they're going to be a tough team.
Parker Yagi gets the ball. Oh, flirted with it over and back. They go to the corner. Emily Gowan's going to put up a triple. Got it! With 1.3 seconds remaining, they call it a game. Emily Gowan from the corner. Called game.
Barnesville is another big one too. Just we've always kind of like hated each other, I feel like.
And then she can step out and hit the three, and that's one thing, something that she's really focused on trying to be a consistent shooter from three. Puts her head down and knows that she can get past somebody. That helps.
Just because of this whole thing that I think people were like doubting us after we were going 2-4. I think so many people were on us about it, and I think that we were all over it. We were all over like the negative talk.
You were 2-4, now you're 6-4.
It is a softer part of our schedule, but you look at Roth, they want 7-1.
You know, usually a team at this level has, you know, one or two players that can score. Breckenridge has got 5 starters and some players that can come off the bench and do some damage. This certainly ranks up there as one of the probably the best girls teams that I've seen, and you could really see it coming. You know, you can see it coming. This team has answered all the other questions, and they've been very close the last couple of years.
The documentary, we were all super excited for it, but then it raises the pressure, I'd say, a little bit, just because now we really want to make it to state, to make this documentary what it was meant to be.
I think that's when the shots start falling. You start to get confidence. You see the ball go through the net, even as a layup, then you step out and you hit a three. So I think it's just been a confidence builder for us to be able to start seeing that confidence in our shooters.
We all just have that natural like click together. Like we don't have to talk about sharing the ball. I've been on a couple teams where like, come on girls, like one more pass. No, we just all had that connection. Like the next pass is better. The next pass is better.
Working the ball around and getting a really good shot has been the highlight for me.
But we got to stay aggressive and attack them, make them have to guard us.
Yeah, for sure. The last 2 games I've had a lot of confidence. I think it's just getting in the gym and being with my teammates and them encouraging me to shoot the ball and drive the ball and just trusting my teammates. So I think that my confidence is probably higher than it's ever been when I've played this sport, and it feels really good to be able to be confident and like trust one another and them trust me. doing that like extra thing, like trying to get that offensive board or that 50-50 ball. So we're doing the little things now, and that's what I think was kind of missing in the start of the season, was we just weren't doing the little things, and now we're doing it, and it's honestly helping us in the winning column.
I think it was more so we just need to step away from our record. We're 0-0. We just need to go into practice like it's playoff time. Like, just go play hard.
The Cowgirls have risen from the ashes of a 2-4 start.
Where we weren't moving the ball as well as we are now, and I think we figured that out. So baby steps.
We won a couple games, and I think that pressure went away. We understand that, hey, the ups and downs are going to happen. We can't have any highs too high or any lows too low. We just kind of need to keep that even keel, and I think our girls have done a good job of that. Now we've dropped some games since then too, and just understanding that, hey, as long as we're competing and giving ourselves a chance to win each game, by the time we hit March, we want to be playing our best basketball. I think the teams that we put on our schedule have done a good job of that.
We just tried to get the best teams we could, play all the teams in our section, and be, as prepared for the best basketball as we could when we got to tournaments. Because I wasn't worried about how many wins we had. I was really worried about playing the best kids, seeing how our kids reacted under pressure and in critical situations. And sometimes when the going got tough, how are we going to come back,
Our girls have competed in every game, so I can't, expectations are still there. I get that, but I think our girls are doing a really good job of just competing and giving ourselves a shot.
Kutzer again, number 12 on a post-up. I think I did that move, didn't I? Did I? I did, actually, and it was my right hand, believe it or not. It was a lot slower. That's partially true. Person drives at your side, you go banana, cut underneath. Everybody feel like they're ready to go?
Time that was put in was phenomenal amount of hours put in on the court and watching film. And back in my day, we didn't have the means to watch film like they do now. So you actually did go physically scout a team. So you'd be sitting in the stands, but 3/4 of our team was visiting and the other 1/4 was watching the game to actually scout what was going on. But they really had that desire to compete.
And now you're about 6.5 hours away from a marquee matchup against Hillcrest. What are you feeling as a senior leader? You wake up today, there's an exciting matchup on the docket.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I know it'll be a fun matchup, and I feel like this is like one of those games that you kind of circle on the calendar just because it's a number 1 in the section. We're number 2, and then last year, we went into it and it was a home game, so it was nice to have it at home. But now we're going there. But yeah, I'm super excited about it, and I know that we'll come in and we'll all be excited and have fun. Hopefully, we can shoot with confidence and come out with a win.
Cataclysmic clash in Section 6A today. Quick trip down Highway 210 to Fergus Falls. Breck beat Hillcrest at home last year by nearly 20 points. This year, the Comets are ranked number 3 in the state. 8 straight wins.
Back and forth with Hillcrest, I think the last 4 years they become a pretty big rivalry for us.
A tremendous sophomore player, definitely a D1 prospect, Elsa Retzlaff.
Yeah, she's a tough player because she's still young, so she's still developing and she's getting those newer moves or different combo moves that she's doing. And she's a tall player. She's a tall guard, so it's hard to defend as if she can have a higher release shot or whatever it is. Tough player, and she can get to the rim and she can do everything.
A very dynamic player. She could take it to the rim. She's a really good shooter. She can handle the ball well. I mean, we just go out there and we give the girl the assignment. You're going to stop her, and that's what that girl's doing for the night. It doesn't matter how many buckets you put up. It just matters how many points she puts up, to be honest. That's what you're grading yourself on.
She's really good, and once she gets hot, she's just going to go. And we didn't do a lot of face guarding. Yeah.
Just the atmosphere in the gym for the game against Breck compared to all of your other games that you've had this year. How did you think that stacked up?
It was definitely one of the most animated and probably the fullest game that we've had in the gym. So we saw lots of other teams
come and show up, and that was fun. And just lots of people from our community came too as well. So I just think all that made for a super fun atmosphere.
Her sister, Elin Retzloff, joined the party from downtown.
11, Elin Retzloff, 5'8", 8th grader. Shooter, she shoots it a lot from outside.
Breck trailed by 7 to 12 points for most of the half, but late baskets from Coltis and Fobb and a pair of threes by Spear and Ava Janing cut the lead to 6.
I feel like our defense kind of sets the tone most nights, and it's what keeps us in games when the ball's not going through the hoop.
Finally tying the game after some clutch buckets by Miss Big Shot, Emily Gowan.
I mean, I just want to win. So I think the shots at the end of the games, I don't feel pressure with those shots because those are just shots we need to take. And I think just like knowing that we need to take it, it helps. Like it's less pressure to take those shots. And like I trust all my defense to take those. I just have been in that situation quite a bit. I mean, when you hit those shots and you get back on defense and you just want to get a stop, that's like the biggest thing.
There was a lot of talk on both sides of the court, and big calls make big noises.
So who is one player on the team that has an edge to them in terms of getting chippy?
Most of us agree that it would be Parker. I think that she just brings that energy and she just has that mentality, like not like she's the big dog, but like don't mess with her because she can give it right back to you.
Fobb matched her season high with 10 points, but Elsa Retzloff sparked an 11-0 run to close the contest.
We had our run, and then Breckenridge, they kept fighting and they didn't give up, and they had their run too, and we got a run.
We got the last one.
You know, for lack of a better word, you know, you guys kind of collapsed at the end of that game. I mean, what was the feeling amongst the players?
We were down the whole game. When we took the lead, I think we maybe took it a little bit for granted. And we got a little sloppy on defense, and we set them to the free throw line. We took the lead, and then they won by 6. And I think after the game, we weren't too upset with ourselves because we know if we face them again, we know the game plan we need to have, and we know that we need to finish the whole game and just execute. But we weren't too down because we just want to see them again, and we want to beat them.
That was Ed Sheeran with Perfect on B92.7. And sports, it's not perfect, it's not linear, it is not all sunshine and rainbows. A lot of times it's about losing, learning, and dealing with adversity. The Breckenridge Cowgirls are doing just that. 6-5 this year after going 23-6 last year. 5 of their losses, they have held a lead in each of those ball games. And tonight, they welcome the defending state champion West Central area to town. The team that knocked Breckenridge out of the section playoffs in overtime last year. It's a big one at 7:15.
They end up being the best team in the state. So
Yeah.
what is the feeling watching them go win the title?
It was frustrating going to that state tournament and seeing them succeed and win every single game, knowing that we beat them in season. And I think it was just more like a stab to the heart because we knew that we could. Yeah, it's frustrating to know that they could do that and that we could have been that same team there and doing that same thing.
I want them to win, but I don't want to watch them win. And we went down and we watched those games, and we just that could have been us. Like, if they could get through them, we could have, or we could have been close. But to have someone from our section win state, it's a big deal. And we just didn't like watching it. We didn't want, but I mean, good for them.
It's a little bit bittersweet.
It is, yeah.
All the things you lose in life, life is just, constant loss. There's not anything much more dramatic than you're losing your last game, your last basketball game. For a lot of kids, it's the last game they'll ever organize basketball they'll ever play. You look at all the things you lose in life, it sticks with you. You think of little possession here, possession there, in 1-point games, which tournament games a lot of times come down to.
A game that you didn't get to play in last year in the playoffs. You watch your teammates lose in overtime, second year in a row, overtime loss.
Their fans they're loud, they're rowdy, they they say what comes to mind, and they're not afraid to say anything, and it's kind of like our fans. So I think our fans, they battled during the game, and then the gym was loud, and we just want to beat them so bad. Ever since sophomore year, you want to win, and you don't care how physical it is. You just want to go out there and do the most you can and beat them as much as you can. It boils our blood to play them, so it's just, we have a lot more energy when we play teams we have a little hatred for, so.
I think what Parker said was it's not a good vibe with them.
It's
That was
not.
the word she used.
It's not, no.
Honestly, West Central is like definitely my top one because I don't know. I have a chip on my shoulder, like I said. It's not a good vibe with them.
Parker Yagi comes out of the scrum. She tries to put up a wild layup. Piper Janing is going to finish that one, though. Piper Janing going to try to match her career high in steals today, potentially. That was a chaotic sequence. I love this sport. Yagi, they go inside to her. She kicks it out to Sienna Fobb for a deep 2. And she rattles it in, coming to life with a 15-1 run to take a 16-point lead into halftime. Wonder if my colleague got hit with the ball over there. I saw Robert Wanek posted up like a mailbox on the baseline. The baseball pass down to Jonica Bernadez. Bernadez tracks it down. Now a trailing Yagi. He's going to pull a 3. Got it! Parker Yagi, nothing but net. Pushing in transition, gets it up to Sienna Fobb, who comes to jump stop and lays it in for 2. Janing to Emily Gowan. Gowan attacks the paint. Gowan, ooh, with a nice lefty touch. Left-handed dribble, kicks it out to Yagi. Yagi, oh, with a nice Euro step and laid in for 2. 16-point lead for Breck with 8:40 left to go. Nice finish there from Nora Anderson as West Central is carried to 8. As I said, good luck ever ripping that away from Parker Yagi. And you got to kind of show that I don't care if the whistle's blown. This is still going to be my ball by the end of this. Mahoney tries to dribble drive, picks it up. Great hustle there from Parker Yagi. Yagi able to come up with the loose ball, beats it up to Emily Gowan, and Jonica Bernadez caps it off with the layup. Talk about a hustle play. $59.49 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge getting a little bit of revenge from last year's playoff loss.
There's got to be an underlying feeling of, all right, we got them back. It's had to feel good for the girls.
It does, and I know our girls probably had this one circled, and it's a, whether it's them or whoever, it's a big section win. Any section win is a big one.
Because we got to talk about number 2 for Breckenridge. Jonica Bernadez just needs 3 points to hit number 1,000. We'll see if she can get it on the triple. No, everyone thought she was going to pull the trigger there. They're saying, we're just throwing it around until you're ready, John. Jonica Bernadez lines up the triple. Here it is. Got it! Jonica Bernadez. Check out the crowd. Look at all the 1,000 signs. Congratulations. Right before halftime. Well, first half, it was kind of, when's she going to get it going? When's she going to get it going? She said, just relax. I'm going to get 10 straight here to close out the half. Got to hug all the teammates. 40-16 your score. Congratulations to her once again. She's been a joy to cover since she was in 7th grade. I remember saying, oh my goodness, no 7th grader has any business being this good already, and look at her now. 1,000 points for her career.
I think Jonica would make a great coach someday. She understands it. I think she's a super heady player.
So just how special it is. Tell me about how special it is to get 1,000 points with everything that you've dealt with as far as the injuries and just everything that you've been through.
Yeah, it's very special. I think it felt really good, and to do it at the home gym in front of everybody, and I think it was just a weight off my shoulders, but it finally just felt so good to be able to do it, knowing that I had a year off from my knee injury and then having to deal with injuries throughout every season. So I feel like it was a kind of an emotional moment too. And I tried not to cry, and I didn't, but it just was very special to me. I know just for sure I wanted to get it like at a home game. I felt like that would have been more special to me just in front of everyone. But I was worried that I was going to get it in DGF, and I really did not want to do that. So especially losing to them the first game this season. So I felt like that was one thing I was worried about, but I was glad to be able to get it when there was a doubleheader and in front of everybody in the home gym.
Well, they had 16 in the first half. You had 15 in the first half, so it was pretty fun. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Jonica scoring her 1,000 points, that was really fun. It was like a relief off everyone. I feel like it was really nice because obviously the road she's traveled hasn't always been the easiest, so it was really nice to see her finally get that done. Her hard work is like the greatest example for anyone going through anything injury-wise, so I think her 1,000 points was a huge moment so far this season too.
Get the ball into your two redwood trees a little bit more today. Just get them going, get their confidence going as we head towards March.
They do such a good job both individually as passers, so it just would make sense that they would play off each other well, you'd think. But it's, one of those things where maybe they see things in practice where maybe they don't think it meshes as well. You give up some other things, of course. We've talked about, full court press takes a little bit of a backseat if you got a dual big look.
So it's nice to have those two where you don't feel like you go out there and it's Rudy Gobert out there trying to guard on the perimeter. Those two can actually get in a stance and make people have to put it on the floor and score over them. So it's nice to have those two to be able to rotate in. And
It's a hard role to step into on our team because we're a very guard-heavy team. So it's like you got to pick up the guard slack almost the time. So they're rebounding in there. They're putting those shots up. They're making their free throws. So they came far away from the summer. I feel like they work really well together.
How do you think they've handled that mentally and approached their role on the team?
Really well. When they catch the ball at the high post, yes, they look to shoot, but they're looking to pass off the cutters that are cutting in, and they're the most selfless posts I've ever played with because they're not going to shoot a bad shot, which is really nice because it gets to be tiring when it's passing the post and they just shoot a bunch. But that's definitely not what these posts do. They're really selfless, as I said.
Just trust the coaches and what they think is best for the team. Things could have went different, but I just had to trust the coaches and trust that what they were doing for me is what's best.
I was going to tell someone about how Jonica was putting up deep threes as a 7th grader, and I was like, when I was a 7th grader, I don't think I could shoot a 3 that far.
I think we just had Sue Smith telling us we weren't strong enough to shoot the ball that far.
She was right.
Physically and mentally, she's come a long ways. Just understanding that there's more, not that she was just a 3-point shooter, but more to it than just shooting threes.
Good, John. Atta girl.
We added the 3-point shot, early 90s or late 80s. I don't remember when it came in. Changed the game for boys and girls, but you didn't have as many girls utilizing it. You had the pure shooters that had it been when Singleman and Freeze were playing against Carvenin, there would have had some people that would have been able to utilize it. You saw the teams that were successful, they were doing things differently.
41% on threes on her volume is bananas. That's incredible. Basically the best shooter in program history. They didn't have a 3-point line when Sue Singleton was playing, so we could say she's number 2, I guess.
Jonica's a high IQ player where she can see that. Not everybody has that.
And obviously I said Parker, but Jonica, I think, has that same mentality that if people are going to get chippy, then let's go and beat them on the court.
$1 million move, 5 cents.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I've taken advantage of if I have a smaller person on me, realizing that and trying to post up or trying to get in the paint more, trying to just use my muscle and use skills, my handle skills of what I can do to get into the paint.
The work put in by Emily and Jonica to come back from an ACL is just crazy.
In 2023, Jonica Bernatis, sophomore season, tears her ACL. She had been a varsity player 7th, 8th, 9th grade, well on her way to becoming one of the school's all-time leading scorers, misses the season. 2024, Emily Gowan tears her ACL, misses the season. 2025, they get Emily Gowan, Jonica Bernatis, and Miss Basketball candidate Parker Yagi on the court together for the first time in several years.
Yeah, so, us playing together, it's been 3 years since we've all played together. I haven't played with Jonica since freshman year. So just even being back on the court with her, it's It's amazing. I missed her so much, just playing with her. She brings so much energy to the court.
Hey, good move! Hey!
Breckenridge basketball is on the air.
DGF, a very, very highly touted squad, 13-2 on the year, and are ranked number 5 in 2A. DGF also beat Perham and Proctor recently, so their strength of schedule is great, just like the rest of the Heart of Lakes. But they are at the top of the conference right now, tied with Perham and Frazee. They're all 7-2 in the conference, and the absolute gauntlet of the HOL this year. If you've been to, kind of a wrestling match that's been over in Breckenridge, it's kind of the same deal with the cool hanging light there in the middle. Just wanted to kind of set the stage for you in case you thought that the power went out here, and that is not the case. Sienna Fobb, very nice drop off to Ava Janing, who drops it in. Nice feed there from Sienna Fobb. Ava Janing with the hustle play to get the steal. Dribbles it and then scoops it up and lays it in for 2. Look at the awareness from the freshman. Mariah Coltis rockets a pass down to Emily Gowan, who gets the reverse layup. Love the inbound play. Now Mariah Coltis with a beautiful drop down to a wide open Parker Yagi. Yagi takes it out to assess. Sienna Fobb is going to put up the midi and knock it down. On a spear. That's the triple rep. Happy birthday on a spear.
Game high score at DGF, it seemed like you were always in the right spot playing off the ball. It didn't seem like you had to really do anything outside of yourself to score.
Yeah, our cuts, they wouldn't fall asleep on defense, but they would just have their priorities set either on the post or on like the top of the ball. And then once you got to the elbow or to the short corner, the cut opposite was almost always open. And I figured that one out pretty early. And then they let some shots open for me behind the arc, and I felt comfortable taking, but they were one step behind in that game for our offense, I think. That's probably the best we moved the ball all season, and our defense was there, which helped. But yeah, they were just one step behind in that game.
Inside out look. Bernardes rattles in the triple. They knew they weren't going to keep her out of the scoring column for long. Off mark, Jonica Bernardes. Lay in like she's the power forward out there. Jonica Bernardes with the follow. She's up to 9 points. Pretty much all coming here in the final few minutes. Goes to the short corner of Jonica Bernardes, and she said, this is just a warm-up jumper, isn't it? Jonica Bernardes going on a run by herself, seemingly, with 11 points to close out the half. Great action to set up an open triple, and Jonica Bernardes.
Holding her to 12 points is kind of unheard of.
Aria Garrett has her shot blocked by Sienna Fobb. She has been phenomenal. She almost loses her dribble. Piper Janney with a nice take to the cup and left-handed lay-in. Her first points of the night, and the Cowgirls needed it.
It was fun to see them having fun on the court. A lot of smiles and the bench into it and just clicking all together.
Drops it down to Mariah Coltis, who's ready to rock on the left block for 2.
Number 5 ranked Rebels couldn't keep up. 71-51, the Cowgirls, they keep themselves alive in the Heart of Lakes championship race.
And just seeing the enjoyment on their face.
Relief, just like a wide feeling of relief amongst the team.
Yeah, DGF, it's one of our most physical games every year. They don't really like us. We're not big fans of them. Playing them is always so fun. It's always a battle. You never know who's going to come out on top, which makes it even more fun. I think the first game, it was early in the season. We weren't all on the same page. Then we go into this game, we've played the best we've maybe played all year. Before the game, we said we wanted this one. Like, this is mine, Jonica and Parker's last time playing here. Like, this is the game we want the most this week. We were there. We came to play, and we didn't worry about anything else. So it felt great to win by 20. I don't think we've done that at all when us three were playing, so.
I would call it more of a friendly rivalry now. I mean, back in the day, The Breck-WAP rivalry was a nasty rivalry. I mean, you know, we weren't very good friends back then. We didn't hang out. Yeah, we didn't hang out. We didn't, we didn't work out together during the summer. We didn't play AAU basketball. We never talked. And it was nasty. Breck boys would go out with WAP girls. That never went out too well. WAP guys would go out with Breck girls. That never went too well. I mean, it was a nasty rivalry. Wild crowd noise where it's difficult to hear the basketball dribbling it when you're dribbling it up the court. Difficult to hear the whistle, and yeah, it's just fun when the crowd is right on top of you.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Giants Sports Show. I'm Robert Wanek, maybe 20 feet of visibility. So if you're coming to the Border Battle games today, give yourself extra time. There's a shot of the parking lot at NDSCS full, and it stretches for, about a half mile. You really see how people don't know how to park in the winter, too.
Oh,
Everybody's parked sideways.
Bob tips the rebound away, 4 seconds. Here comes Bernardis just across half court, lets a three fly. Yes, Jonica Bernardis. They're going to drive in, kick out. Charlie Krejcia, three-pointer. He got it! Gomez over to Riggs. Riggs, he's going to blow right by Landon Ralph.
Oh my goodness!
That's the reverse layup package we're talking about on steroids. That was ridiculous.
He does it again, folks.
First coach of the day on the Border Battle Special, it is Jeff Ralph of the Wahpeton Huskies. So Trey King averaging, I think, around like 7 a game this year. Incredible physical package.
Our thing for him is he needs to go to the rack, and I think we talked to him about that in a couple of games. Or Trey, let's go. You got to take your guy and go score, and he can do that inside.
Cowboys head coach Jordan Christensen. Cowboys off to an 11-0 start.
Let's be honest, we got a whole bunch of kids that can score the basketball. Consistency is a big thing in basketball. They've been consistent all year. As a coach, it's a luxury to have consistency. WAP's always so well coached, and they're going to be ready to play. And Jeff has his kids fired up for this game. I know that.
East side of the river, west side of the river. It is time for Border Battle basketball. Got the Ethernets all plugged in and cooking here at the Blickery Activities Center. 2 games on tap today. Breck versus WAP. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Dribbling over, handoff to Krejcia. Nope, he'll fake it, spinning inside. Right hand finish off the glass. Christensen makes good with his offhand. Good job with that drop step by Levi Christensen. Getting right to his honey hole. Pick up his dribble, bounce it to Christensen, who had a nice seal, and he'll finish. Nobody home. Christensen with a little mid-ranger. Dumps it inside to Cummings. He'll get blocked by Aiden Sanchez. King passes up a wide-open 3. Instead, he'll spin inside. Contested by Christensen. Lefty lay off the window from King. Middle of the lane, King working on Roberts. King used that contact into Roberts' chest to get just a small window of space. Trey King becoming a certified 4th scorer or 3rd scorer for this team. How about being the 1st scorer? And King hits. Trayton King already over his scoring average. Good start to the half for Breckenridge on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Here comes Steffen's reverse layup. Cowboys trail by 7 again. Inside to Smith. Back to the basket. Kick out. Cooper Roberts wide open 3. He'll go top of the key to Levi. Levi gets a little momentum. Pretty spin move to the right hand in the student section. Wanted to run out on the floor after that one. Cowboys have a 2-on-2. Here comes Christensen. He gets bumped, throws it up, and nearly makes a circus and one. King with the basketball. Trying to drive on Ernst. He will get by him, and he will finish. Game high 17 for Trey King. Throw the records out the window. You know it's going to be a game when the bordering teams collide. The 11th ranked team in Minnesota Class 1A, and Wahpeton will steal the win today.
Like electric. I think that it'll feel more like a playoff game, or like even like if you go to an NBA game, how everyone's around you. Each side of this court, you have someone around you. So I feel like if we'll have like the stands right there too. So I feel like it'll feel really full, and it'll be obviously super duper loud. So I'm excited for that game just because of that.
And Raleigh said the rivalries back in the day were just like violently bitter.
Once that tip-off happens, it feels more like a rivalry, I think, throughout the day, because people are friends with people from WAP and people are friends with people from Breck. So I think that it's more of like you're friends throughout the day, but then once it gets to be that tip-off, it's more of like a rival game, and you act like it's like a West Central or it's a Hillcrest or whoever it is. I feel like then it feels more of like a rival game once that ball gets thrown in the air.
I am joined by Breckenridge Cowgirls head coach Tony Vulgenreef.
Not that it's so important to win it, but you don't want to lose it.
And that you put it perfectly. It's one that you just don't want to lose. And I think you look at both sides, and neither team wants to lose. Both teams have girls that will refuse to lose.
Up now, it is Lady Huskies coach Brian Watson.
Our region and our schedule is pretty tough, but it is what it is, and we have to play, the teams that are in front of us. And I think, with the way that our schedule lines up, if we can get through it and be, productive, I think come postseason time, we should be well prepared.
We are joined here by sophomore Claire Woods. Fear the Fro.
Yeah, it's super tough to play. We're on a big court, lots of fans, everybody you know in the gym.
Welcome to Minnesota basketball, I guess. I mean, we're out there, we play hard every game, and I don't think these North Dakota refs and players are used to it, so they're fun. They weren't prepared for our toughness and like how strong we actually are and how fast we play, so it's very frustrating, but we'll get right back to it when we play some real basketball.
Sienna Fobb, who's going to be squaring off against her former team, as this is her first year playing for Breckenridge after moving across the river.
Before the game, I was nauseous. Like, it's different being on the other side. Like, you don't know what other people are saying out there. But, like, once I was in the game, I was, like, locked in. Like, I was zoned out at everybody else, and it was easy. And afterwards, like, I knew nobody was against me. I had both communities, like, cheering for me, so it made me feel a lot better.
Claire Woods having a heck of a first half here. Gets to the lane and lays it up for two. 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈 skipped over to Parker 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃, who's going to nail the three. Coltis with the follow and off the mark. Follows it again for two. Three is up and rattled in from 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈.
Good post players, they post up down there, they kind of feel what's around them, and they understand once the ball comes into them what their options are. She can step outside the basket. She doesn't have to play in the post or play in the paint.
Faked the drop off and then went with the left hand for two. Janning goes to that Euro step and banks it in. That's how you get a better angle. I'm going to make sure to tell Claire, you did your part. You're out there hooping for sure. 3 straight border battle victories. 40-21 in the second half. Breck girls, as they're led once again by Parker 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃. They haven't lost the border battle since she was a freshman. 14 points each half from Parker 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃.
Beating Wahpeton today, maybe not as big in the grand scheme as beating a DGF for a West Central area, but, I guess just what's the feeling amongst the team when you take home the border battle win?
I mean, just bragging rights at that point. I mean, it means nothing for our QRF, nothing for really anything besides bragging rights. It's all for a good cause. At the end of the day, we're all friends. It's just a game, as hard as it is during the game to feel that way, but we're all friends, no bad blood at the end of the day. At the beginning of the season, we all walked in like, yeah, we're good. We're gonna win because that's what all the outsiders said.
But the 𝐻𝐿 this year is different. The 𝐻𝐿 is pretty absolutely loaded.
It's not you walk on the floor and it's a win. Every possession matters.
We played these teams, we realized it's not gonna be as easy as we say.
And you look ahead to Pelican, and it's like you got probably one of the best guards in the state, Morgan Korf.
Vikings.
Pelican Rapids represents another formidable two-way test after the Vikings knocked off DGF and Perm. Breckenridge will have to execute if they hope to beat the Vikings on the road and keep their conference title hopes alive.
Jonica on the court, I think, is probably the highest IQ as far as that goes.
Backcourt had a clear size advantage and pressed the issue inside, taking the Vikings to task in the painted area with the long and strong guard play of 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐈, Bernardis, Gowan, and the Janning sisters.
Motion Jonica, motion Ava, motion Emily. I mean, any of us who had one of the small guards on us.
After holding Morgan Korf to 13 points in Breck's first win of the season, the star senior carved up the Cowgirls defense to give Pelican Rapids an 8-point lead in the first half. Jonica Bernardis helped the Cowgirls trim the lead to a single point at halftime. She scored 14 on her way to a career-high 29. Korf collected a game-high 36 points.
Seeing your senior teammate go off and having a career high like that.
I was getting those rebounds like, hey, where's John? Like, let me find her and dish her out.
I think it's just such a special connection because we've been here for 6 years.
I said, yeah, if you threed somebody or made any gestures, it was considered taunting and you would get teed up for it.
But it's so fun seeing her hit those sellies on those girls. I know what she's been through. It's been hard, and it's been like, she's my little girl. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so good. Just like, I'm just so happy for her, and it's like a proud mother moment.
Just take me through the last timeout. You guys were up by 3 with 5 seconds. You called timeout. Carsey, Tim, you and Brenda kind of all get on the same page.
Just double Korf. The ball is probably getting into her hands, and even with the double, it got there, but we were able to make her make a tough pass over the top, and they weren't able to get a 3 off. So, you know, in the end, it worked out exactly kind of how we wanted it. The girls played really well.
Yeah, I'm just kind of happy I don't have to guard her again because it's always a little humbling.
Sienna Fobb gonna knock down the triple after the fantastic defensive effort. Just goes to Parker Yagi. Yagi, oh my goodness! But not only do we get a nasty Euro, but we got the nasty finish along with it. My goodness.
Breckenridge improved to 13-6 overall, 6-1 in the section.
With a little bit of fortune and some more winning from you guys, you could be in for a share of the title again. We'll see how it shakes out.
Frazee, how excited are you for that game?
I'm super excited. It's revenge. Like we said, DGF, we came out and we were like, you know what? That first one sucked. The one at Frazee sucked, that small gym. They're all cheering as loud as they can, up in our face, clapping. Parents are getting into it. It's like, you know what? I looked around after that game and I was like, you know, I'm not losing this next one. Like, that one hit the heart. I looked around, I was like, all right, it's time to go. You need to figure it out and let's all play together and have fun. So we are the team that's cheering like that.
Parker's on 30. Everybody make sure we know where she is. Okay, if we go to zone, we gotta know where she is. We are blitzing Sonnenberg. Okay, everybody's gotta know where she's at.
Honestly, the bitterness and the revenge we wanted on them. Like, we walked into their gym and after the game, their fans were clapping in our face on the court. And it's just like, I'm like, girls, take in this feeling and realize, like, you don't want to feel this again because it sucks. When the parents are getting into it and yelling, like, personally things at you, it's like, why? Like, no, that's not something I'm going to take. So we went out there and we're like, this is our revenge game. Let's go and let's shut them up. We went out there, we're like, it's not going to be an easy game, girls. Like, we need to play some Cowgirl basketball and show them what we play like. It's getting to the end of the year and it's time for us to step up and start beating these teams and start winning like this.
And Anna Spear had 2 big threes, both of them coming in the first half.
To start off the season, I was not confident in my shot at all, and Bogey just kept telling me, you just got to keep shooting. You're the shooter on the team. They'll start falling. I feel like the Frazee game always gets a little bit intense, and that first loss there was really rough. It was on Emily's birthday. We're all a little bummed about that loss because I feel like it was really close the whole time. We had some leads at some points, and then just to lose it by just that little was really heartbreaking. So I think when they came to our court, we were just ready to give it to them and hopefully take that win and not let them get a win on our home court.
Sonnenberg, she got 22 points and not so bad. If she scores 22 on you, she's going to UND, great player. Also defensively, she was on Sonnenberg a little bit, kind of chasing her off the perimeter. So how important is her role on the team right now?
Not that it was a weak spot for her, but I feel like she's really taking accountability on defense. She's doing the game plan, our scout to a T. She's, like you talked about, running Sonnenberg, but she's getting back. She's sprinting back. She's got her hands up. She might not get a ton of steals, but she's getting a bunch of deflections, and she's just in the right spot a lot.
I love defense, actually. Whenever I get on the floor, my number one thing is defense. I just like jumping around, getting steals, pressuring the people, and I personally don't like playing against a tough defense. So my goal is to make the person I'm defending like get mad at me because I know I'm doing my job right.
Swinging it around the perimeter, super fast. 𝐅𝐈𝐋𝐿 gets to the high post. She catches it, turns, whips it out. And I know this is like kind of cliche. You got to play unselfish to be successful, but sometimes they got a great shot and they pass it up for the best shot. And last night that was on display early on.
Seeing us be patient and working the ball around and getting a really good shot has been the highlight for me.
Woo! Good first half!
Very good. The 3 things: don't be lazy, don't be too cool, just go get the ball. Confidence in everything that you do, and have fun.
They're like sharks in the water, dude, when they don't have the ball. Actually, piranhas would probably be the better term.
How close are you to playing the kind of basketball that you kind of envisioned when you started in the summer? How close are you to that vision of the team that you want to be this year?
You know, I think we're really, really getting very close, and our assist numbers have grown immensely just in the last probably 7 or 8 games. Just that stat alone, you can see that the girls are sharing it about where we want to be.
It's no secret when everyone buys into what you're doing, athletes all the way through extended family, your chances of being successful are much greater. And I feel that that was one of Tony's very strong points.
Every day after practice, Mr. Perry, can we talk to you? Mr. Perry, can we talk to you? And finally I stopped. I said, listen, no more I want this, I this. It's all we. And if you don't have anything with we, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
For sure, like we have the chemistry that I knew we would. This team just meshes so well and we all really get along.
Who do you think at this point of the season you would look at as a list of like bona fide contenders who could find themselves playing in that final section game?
Well, obviously Hillcrest. Just naming Underwood right there. You have their main player, Trinity Baker, who can shoot it from anywhere, and then they have a couple other girls. One goes off for 26 or 28 the other night. So it's not just one player on each of these teams. It's a lot of moving parts and a lot of solid players. Now we're gonna try and save a few things, if you will, if we happen to see them again. Okay, we might not show them everything, but we're looking to win the game. So whatever it takes to win the game tomorrow is what we're gonna do.
Pretty thorough scouting reports. Kids knew what was going to go on. They knew what the plays were called by the other team. They knew, what defenses they were going to run. We didn't want to leave any stones unturned. So if we did all that scouting and we didn't have kids that wanted to learn and were intelligent and could pick it all up, it wouldn't have made a lot of difference.
How's it going today, Bert?
It's going good. I got the lucky golden headset on. I'm sure this one's been used by some greats. It has a little bit of rust on it, so I had to give it a little dust, but
that's gold.
It's in service. It's working.
Yeah, Ben, we've talked about kind of figuring out like where the gaps are for some of these teams. Hillcrest being at number 1, of course, with wins over both of these teams. But then we think of Breckenridge, taking down Park Christian. They're the 5 seed, so we kind of got to see a little bit of a gap there, at least on the night that they squared off. So I kind of love that.
It's going to be exciting down the stretch.
It's going to be a dogfight for sure. And coming to town, the Underwood Rockets, not having too bad of a year themselves. 18-5 on the year thus far. Yagi drawing the foul and 1. Piper Jading with the contest, and Jonica Bernardes with the stuff. And then Parker Yagi with the quick hands on another steal. Driving to the cup, right-handed layup is good. Parker Yagi scoring 7 straight to open up this game. By the way, she is also closing in on 2,000 while she's at it, and she just is going to be dropping in everything today. A runner on the right side, she's got a dozen to open this up. She is trying to get that 2,000 tonight. To Jonica Bernardes with a nice attack off the bounce, picks up her dribble. Some nice footwork there, frees it up to an elbow jumper for Piper Janning. Her shot is off the mark. Great save there from Emily Gowan, and the follow from 𝐅𝐈𝐋𝐿. After saving it from going out of bounds, Cowgirls on a 14-0 run. Off the mark, Yagi with the board and the 2. One more point for 2,000. Piper Janing goes to Bernardes. Bernardes kicks out 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃𝐈𝐓𝐒 for 2,000. She's got it! 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃𝐈𝐓𝐒 with 23 of the 28. She's got a good chance of going for the scoring record tonight, too. Breckenridge just got to celebrate Aiden Sanchez hitting 1,000 and doing it while he broke the single-game scoring record. We'll see if 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃 can get 2,000 and the record as well. We've run out of good things to say about Parker in 6 years of a fantastic career. This might be her finest performance yet. Let's buckle on. And three-pointer is up and good from 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃. 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃 has got 26 here in the first half. 41-28 is your score heading into the half. You are listening on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live.
It felt automatic. Like, it felt like every shot I was shooting was going in. And I don't really have that attitude sometimes. It's like I get in my head really easily and I put a lot of pressure on myself. But going out there and scoring that many points, I mean, like, that shot went in. I don't know how, but it went in.
Lauren Hexham. Oh, a little bit of a push-off there with Piper Janing. He's going to get the Jesse James steal from behind. Janing attacks and one! Piper Janing going to attack as well. Great lane to the hoop and lays it in for two with the left. Looking to hit that crossover again. Oh, great footwork there, and frees herself up for the left-handed layup. Put that into museum. Now 8 away from tying the school record. She sits on 32 points.
Little step through layup where you went lefty finger roll from like 8 feet. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's going to happen.
That's exactly the point I was thinking. I was like, I don't know how that went in, but it went in, so I'll give it to myself.
Go to Jonica Bernardes, skipped out to Parker 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃. She's locked and loaded for another three. And left-handed layup from Trudy Baker off the mark, rebounded by Mariah Coldus. Gets it ahead to Parker 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃. 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃, nothing's going to stop her from going to the hoop and laying it in for two more. 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃 now 1 point away from her career high. Back to 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃. She's going to get an open look at a three. Got it! To tie the single-game scoring record. We'll see if she's going to go for the record now. She's got 40. And now she'll get a rebound while she's at it. 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃 looking to go for the school record in transition. Right-handed lay is good! Parker 𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐃, the school's first 2,000-point scorer, and the first person to score more than 40 in a girls' contest as well. 2 points shy of Underwood's team total. Best player in Breckenridge Cowgirl basketball history.
Hey, good job. 3 turnovers second half. It was a statement game. You guys set the tone for the section. Hopefully Hillcrest was happy to see that one. And we found people. We threw skip passes and we attacked from there, and you guys used your footwork in the lane. It was everything was very, very good. Congratulations, Parker, 2,000 and school record. That's awesome. I just about forgot about it, but.
What did you see out there that really kind of got it going for you tonight, coming out and scoring the team's first 12 points?
I don't know. It was just like any other night. You're like, you got to get out there. This is a big section game for us. So you need to go out there. You need to get your buckets because you know you're 21 away. You haven't I felt like I haven't been playing the best games recently. So coming out here and playing like this, really motivated me. And getting that first bucket in those and was like, all right, this is your game. Let's take it over and let's get the dub.
And getting the 21 that you needed to hit 2,000 before halftime. Fantastic. And a little bit about how fun it was. The girls, feeding it to you, trying to run some pick and pops for you too. And how fun was it to just know all the girls were pulling for you tonight and to get the school record too?
I honestly did not expect it. I told my mom, leave the signs in the car. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about tonight. But coming out there and the teammates realizing all right, let's feed her the ball like we did for Jonica, it was really nice. It shows we're so selfless. We all play together and I love the fact that we don't care how many points we put up. We care about how many points we put under that home score. And that's what I love about this team.
The thing that you take from this game tonight, not only you individually, but the team to kind of vault you into the postseason.
Our defense, for sure. We played really good team defense. I felt like we were playing as a team. We were pushing around the ball. Obviously, we scored 82 points, so it's it was really nice. But I think our defense is going to be the main thing that keeps us in the playoffs and hopefully gives us a long state run.
Parker Yagi coming off of a record-setting performance. The original school record tonight, folks, was 40 coming into it. A record that stood for, coincidentally, over 40 years was broken tonight. And Parker Yagi, 42 points. Underwood Rockets, 46 as a team. Just a fantastic effort, and it's been a joy to cover you, Parker.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you coming on.
You know, I was sitting next to a very avid basketball fan. They were kind of ribbing me a little bit on the fact that all the records are falling and whatnot. And I'm like, records are made to be broken. And they've stood that long with the changes, you know, us playing an 18-game season, them playing a 26-game season, and the three-point line and the length of the games being 4 minutes longer per game. But we also played with a men's ball. I'm the first one there to congratulate them.
There was no three-point play back then. I bet she would have had another at least 300 or 400 points she got in the gym that was open. She could shoot, you know. I remember one game and Denise Freeze had sprained an ankle and we're playing Perham, big rivalry. And I told Sue, I said, I'm going to need you to lead us in rebounding, scoring. You don't have to bring the ball up. You didn't have to do it all tonight. She ended up with, like, I think 31 points. She had about 14 rebounds. I mean, she could do it all. And that's before the three-point play, you know, and that was. And then we play at science school. You know how big the court's bigger. That didn't faze her. As long as she was inbounds, she could score.
Beware of the Ides of March, or so they say, when warriors come out to play. Win or go home, beware of the reaper. It's tournament time, home of the sleeper. Upsets will come, seasons will end, nothing the same as when it began. 19 teams share the same dream, a Hollywood ending on the state silver screen. Pressure makes diamonds, iron sharpens iron. It's time to sing the sweet, sweet symphony of the March Madness Choir.
19-7 overall, 7-1 in the section. They have won 5 straight heading into the playoffs. They are number 10 in the coaches poll, and it's kind of poetic. They started off the season number 10 in the preseason poll, then they went 2-4, and they've made their way all the way back to that top 10 ranking, and they lead the section in scoring with 68 points a game with the toughest schedule in the section.
Gowan inbounding under the basket, gets it into Mariah Coltis. Quick kick out of the corner to Bernardes. Bernardes to Gowan, hands and feet ready to shoot, and she nets the triple once again. Cowgirls, she's been suffocating right now. As right on cue, the Arrows lose their dribble. Emily Gowan scoops it up right at the half-court line. Right-handed layup. Oh, look at the spin off the glass. Emily Gowan is on fire. Quick pass around, and then the skip over to the right corner. Gowan, very nice kick-out pass to a wide-open Anna Spear, who drills the triple. Gets the steal off the inbound. Bernardes draws the foul, and one! Look at that touch off the glass. Cowgirls are playing like one of the top teams in the state here in the early going. Off the corner 3 from Anna Spear out of the timeout. Jonica Bernardes, 10 seconds left. Yagi has it now. Back out to Bernardes. Triple is up. And good! Bernardes bangs in the 3. 56-8 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard at the half.
With a 50-point lead, Breckenridge rested its starters, leaving Anna Spear to lead the offense on a night where she scored a season-high and a game-high 17 points.
Anna Spear lines up a deep 3. Great hustle there to track it down. Ends up, hopefully she's not hurt on that one. She ended up diving into one of the other players, and hopefully she didn't get a head injury on that one. So hopefully she's all right. They're going to obviously need her for the rest of this playoff run. Shoot. Anna Spear having to limp away. As Anna Spear unfortunately suffered a season-ending injury last game, going for a loose ball near the sideline and ended up tearing her ACL. 3rd straight year, Breckenridge had a girl have a season come to an end because of a knee injury. So she's obviously here cheering the team on with her crutches, but Breckenridge is definitely going to miss her. She was having a fantastic season, especially as of late. She was the leading scorer off the bench last game and had really been stroking it and also been bringing a lot of great defensive tenacity as well.
Also just playing for Anna. I mean, it's a heartbreak to our team having that happen in a first playoff game when she's done so much for our team and is a big piece of our team. So from here on out, we want to play for her and hope that we can play for her and do everything that we can.
So the already short Breckenridge rotation will be down another player. As of now, they'll have 7 Breckenridge Cowgirls, 20-7 entering this contest, 8-1 in section games. That lone loss being to the number 1 team in the section, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy.
The rest of the players seen her go through that. We've been through it the last 2 years, so I think just the emotional toll. As a team, we all rallied around her really well, but just knowing that we lost another one to the same injury was probably the toughest.
A lot of people think Breckenridge and Hillcrest kind of on a collision course right now in this section.
Looking back at our Lake Park game, they gave us some fits, so we have teams like that too that you never know.
I don't think I'd want to play them in playoffs very early. I think Parker said this right after the game. She's like, I don't want to play them right away in playoffs. And I don't either, because like they can figure it out. They can go on streaks. They have a pretty good defense, so they're dangerous too.
National anthem, Carter Cava blew the roof off this place. We'll see if that's going to spark the Cowgirls here. Parker Yagi with the swipe and the finish. Piper Janing, who goes to Jonica Bernardes for the finish. Trying to get the 10 call. Need 2 more seconds, and they're going to give him the timeout. Avoided the 10 call by calling a timeout, and now they're still struggling to get past half court, but now they're going to get the 10 call. A 10 call out of a timeout. Piper Janing almost gets a steal. Emily Gowan swipes it, her 3rd steal already. Gowan tries a right-handed lay and gets it to go. These seniors are dialed in. They feed it to Mariah Coltis, kicks it out to the right corner. Bernardes with the floater, and 1! Bernardes coming out here with a different look in her eye here. Traveled in droves here, folks. They've actually seeped into the Breckenridge side a little bit here, and I cannot believe how many, for some reason, walked through my lane to do it. LPA knocks down the triple. LPA showing some life. 23-14 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Teams have been trading buckets now. Ava Janing rattles in the deep 2 from the right corner. Jonica Bernardes over to Ava Janing in the left corner. Janing for 3. And this is the first time we've seen the dual big look, and it turns into a top-down assist from Fob to Coltis. Over to Jonica Bernardes, and great inside-out look to Ava Janing, who's going to knock it down. Catching fire, 33-14 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And now 3 is up from Ava Janing. She is on fire. 3rd hit from downtown. 35 seconds remaining in the half. As the ball comes loose, Piper Janing forced it with the defense, and Janing with a left-handed layup. A 6-0 Piper run here. So a 15-point lead for Breckenridge at the break.
Quarterfinal round against Lake Park Audubon, a game that many thought might be kind of a trap game. Lake Park Audubon, a 19-7 team. They slipped to the 7 seed. Tough matchup for the Cowgirls. They responded with a season-high 86 points in the 6A quarterfinal.
Also, I got to figure out, we got to think of a name for this, like when you go on a little Jonica run by yourself, because I just love when you get a couple buckets back-to-back and you just see it's like an unspoken thing. Everyone's just trying to feed you the ball after that, and it's so fun to see. And tell me a little bit of what that feels like.
It just feels like a lot of momentum. It's a momentum change of not only for me, but for our team. We're scoring points as that, but then it also feels like I kind of need like a heat check just to see like if I'm still not human, but kind of like that. But it's just like a good feeling to be able to have my teammates give me those opportunities of those passes and stuff. So I think that it's just like a really good feeling.
You guys got a lot of memories in the Minnewaska gym, of course, from all these section games. How fun is it to get back to this, or to back and play there for another game? But how fun is it to advance onto the semis, of course?
I think this year will be fun. I'm hoping that we can end our losing streak there and come out of there with a win.
Anything else like that, Jonica?
No, just thanks for having me on after here.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate you coming on. 19 points tonight, and keep it rolling.
Perfect. Thank you.
So yeah, Breckenridge, they've kind of been the on the losing side, or the unfortunate side, of Heartbreak Hotel the last 2 seasons. 2024, they had a record of 16-13. They lost in the section semifinals in the games are they play their section semifinals down in Minnewaska. They lost to Hancock 72-70 in overtime.
Overtime loss 2 years in a row. I mean, what are the thoughts and the feelings that go through your mind after big losses like that?
It's tough. You obviously, as a coach, you think, like, what could we have done differently? What could I have called a timeout in a certain situation? And, should we run a different play? Yeah, it probably falls on the coaching staff and me in general, what we could have done differently. But in the end, one team wins, one team loses, and we feel like we're prepared for the games going in. It just wasn't our day at that point in time.
I think that we need to stay poised, and we all need to know, like, we worked for these moments. This was made for us, and we just need to go in. And when it comes to if it's that last second shot and we're in that timeout, we all just need to realize that, like, this is the last one, and that we all need to have, like, faith in each other that this shot is going to go in, or you're going to stop that next person. So I think that just having that trust on each other again is what we need. I feel like we all know that we can get there now.
They all got number 1 on their backs for Anna Spear, who tore her ACL, playing with a heavy heart for her.
They're not going to be easy to just walk into the gym, and I think they're going to play well. I think they're going to give us what we want. Their coaching staff is so good. I mean, they have them prepared, and it doesn't matter if they have the high expectations or I would have guessed that they wouldn't have been nearly as good. I shouldn't say that. Their record wouldn't be as good as it is. He has them ready. So I think for us to be successful against Underwood, it's going to be slowing down Trinity Baker. She can shoot it. She can get to the hoop. For an undersized team, they box out as well as anybody. I mean, every shot that goes up, they are moving people, and they do a good job of rebounding.
This is just the playoff energy. You just got to be ready for everyone. Can't overlook anyone. They've been to the championship game multiple times. Like, we know they're going to be good.
We haven't made it out of this gym yet.
By Coltis. 7-0 run from Underwood to open up this ball game. And Piper Janing doing a good job stepping in for a charge. To Emily Gowan, who lines up 3. Got it! Emily Gowan buries the triple. 9-5 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Back to Bernardes. Thought about the 3. Gonna go to the cup instead. Lays it in for 2. Rips down the rebound. To Piper Janing in transition. Janing with a left-handed finish. And Baker, was gonna get the layup, but gets swatted by Piper Janing. Breckenridge on a 7-0 run. 9-9 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Gowan lets the defender fly by. Over to Ava Janing. She's going to line up another 3. Janing knocks it down. A big shot from the Frosh.
Ava diving all over the place, like fouling her a couple times, really got her tired. So I gave kudos to Ava for that game.
This is what you picture for March basketball. As Baker wakes everybody up with a triple. Parker Yagi with the swipe. And then takes a hard foul after the fact. Parker Yagi coming out here firing in the second half. She's got all 10 of her points here after the halftime.
The middle of the season, the end of the season is the best basketball we've played, which all we want is a state run. So
Bernardes into the paint with the floater. They're looking to overload that side. A little bit of confusion there. Ava Janing left wide open, and she makes the pay. That ties up the ball game. Ava Janing, she has got 4 threes tonight. Goes to Parker Yagi for the open 3, and she drops it in. Voltas has got at least one free throw coming her way in the 1-and-1. That's the sweet spot on there. 57-51 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. All the way down to the wire here in the final minute. Bernardes 3 for 3 at the stripe thus far.
Jonica, she brought us down. She definitely was a leader tonight.
And now a 3-point game after she buries the second, as Underwood's trying to get some March Madness here. As Ava Janney will guard Trinity Baker. They want all that defense on the perimeter. Baker, they don't want her shooting it. Yagi trying to get it out of her hands. Trinity Baker skips it over to Hexum. Hexum, triple kick out, and they're going to say it didn't go. They're going to say she didn't get the shot off. That would have forced OT.
Time expired. I thought it was no good. We'll see what the referees say. Hang on with us, folks. Kane drained it.
This school, this team of women has shaped you as a person.
It's like a deep question. I think this team has really shaped me to like be who I am, because I spent 5 months in a year here playing basketball with this team, and it's 15 people, and that's your family for a while. Having them throughout my whole life and knowing that they'll have my back, that's your family at that point.
What are you thinking at that point in time?
As the fan, I had a very good angle on it, and I was doing no good right away. But I've also been a fan on the other side of it in the Pelican-Breck game at Concordia a number of years back, when clearly the light was on before it left the hand and it was called good. I'll holler and somebody will say, "What are you hollering for? You don't even have a kid out there." And I'll say, "They're all my kids." I coached them from the time they were little on up to following them through their high school years. They're all my kids.
Like you said, when they come together, they could go either way at that point in time. Oh gosh, not again. Not overtime again.
And they're going to say they did not get the shot off. 61-58, your final.
Man, it's a huge relief. Like, coming out of, like, winning out of this gym, especially, like, the past couple years we had here, it felt so good. Seeing that shot go in, it was like, seriously, like, back to overtime, ladies. But when that ref called it off, I couldn't believe it. I was jumping up, and I was like, seriously? It couldn't have gotten any closer. So it's such a relief coming here and leaving with the win. I mean, it's so emotional. I started crying after the game because I know how it feels for Anna, and I think Jonica was a little teary-eyed too. And we did it without her, but she was still a big part of the game. She was still there. She was coaching on the bench. And it's so much. It's been so hard for us to make it out of this gym the past 2 years. And we made it out alive this year. Barely, but it feels great. Kind of like a relief off our shoulders. I feel like we've just never gotten the, like, up out of here. We've never been able to get out of here. We've never came out with, like, happiness. We've always came out crying. So it was just really good to do that. And especially against Underwood, it was a good team to do that because they've been to the section final like almost 4 years in a row. So it was really good to do that, and it felt really good.
What was the panic level at 1 to 10 at points during the game?
For me, 9. Everyone else, 8, 8.5. Yeah, it was definitely up there. But we definitely cooled down in the second half. Towards the end of the first half, it was a little rough, but.
We're heading to a gym that was familiar to us, but not always very kind. Underwood gave us their best shot. No pun intended. You don't get that? Parker, not even listening.
Gotta go to Moorhead and play Hillcrest in the section championship!
Haven't been in the section title game since 2001 and haven't ever won the section, believe it or not. So the Breckenridge Cowgirls trying to make history.
I wish I would have enjoyed the ride, and that's what I would tell Timmy and Tony is enjoy the ride because you don't always have the horses. I was always looking at, hard to think about that. I was always looking at the next game and what we had to do and how we were going to get it done. I didn't enjoy all those years like I would have liked to.
The coaches, and you run into these kids later on in life and stuff, and the memories that you created and the time you had with them, that's all precious.
We play for each other, and that's just like our biggest thing is like we know like our season's coming to an end and we're never going to play together again. So we're all just playing for each other and trying to have as much fun out there as we can.
We're playing at Moorhead. We're playing against Hillcrest. We know what they did to us last time. Let's go there. Let's do what they did to us.
And you're representing the whole town, and you know you have so many supporters around you.
Put everything together in March. We have to be playing our best basketball. Now, we've talked about it. Our section is loaded. One team has to come out on top. So I think if we put it all together, I think going to state overall is in our sights.
For you to look back on your senior season and say it was a success, what would make this a successful season overall in your mind?
Obviously a state run, that's like the cherry on top of everything. But if we're not able to get that state run, honestly, just our team giving everything they have and like us seniors knowing like, thank you guys. Like, thank you for giving everything you could for us to have the best senior season, even if we didn't end with a blue medal.
Forward looking past the year, we would think, that was one that we really probably should have got. Are they beatable? Do we feel comfortable going into the game if we face them again? Absolutely. I don't think our girls, just because we lost, I don't think that we fear them at all.
Pelican did just beat them, so there's a way around them. We got to figure it out.
Turner, could you imagine being an 8th grader playing in one of these games right now?
Doesn't play like an 8th grader. I'm sure she's heard that plenty of times this year.
I think it comes out to how well you start, essentially. How excited everyone's been. And I mean, it's been Brecken, Hillcrest, and the pressure's on.
And corner 3 is up from Ava Janey.
There you go.
9-5 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Ava answers right away.
Who hits that nice behind the back? Over to Emily Gowan. Gowan. It's a ball screen. Kicked out to Jonica Bernades in the right corner. Bernades with the triple. 12-10 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And she gets a nice look at the rim and ties it up.
What a strong take by the freshman Ava.
Back out to Bernades. She's got an open look at a 3. Got it! I think it was 12-5. Gets it over to Emily Gowan. Gowan helping the Cowgirls on this 10-0 run. Make it 12-0. Rotate around to Elsa Retzlaff, looking to get in the scoring column. She does with the floater.
Rye's been great at that all year. Every time she catches it, she's never nervous. She always makes the right pass.
She kind of gets to survey over the whole defense because she's so much taller than everybody. They go inside to Mariah Coltis. Coltis, very nice skip pass to Parker Yagi for a wide open. Look at it, 3,
there you go.
And she drills it. Piper Janing cutting off the dribble. Skipped out to an open shooter. Ellen Retzlaff knocks it down. 3-point lead for Hillcrest. Go for 40 if she keeps this pace. She's got 18 already. Looking to change speeds and go to the right hand for 2. Finish. Jonica Bernades with the gooseneck to slow down the 24-5 run.
Game's going fast, Turner. Both teams are playing fast.
Open shooter in the left corner. Buries it.
Just remembering back when we were in that spot of having lost, you have the extreme letdown of a goal that you worked so hard for.
And Emily Gowan, 10 of her 16 coming in the second half. For tonight's player of the game, I'm going to be going with Emily Gowan, and like I said, going down swinging in her final game as a Breckenridge Cowgirl.
We're just going to want that game so bad that we're not going to let up on defense at all.
Hats off to Emily Gowan. Great career for her once again, and as you mentioned, Carson, it's so great to see all the adversity that she got through, with her knee injury. Same for Jonica Bernades. Breckenridge Cowgirls, their wait for their first section title in program history will continue. Congratulations on fantastic careers. Those 3 seniors,
They brought a lot of life back to Cowgirl basketball. They got a lot of young girls excited to play Cowboy basketball or Cowgirl basketball.
Parker Yagi, no notes. You literally couldn't have had a better career. You literally did everything you could have done when you came through here. Most decorated player to ever come through Breckenridge.
It's the best thing we ever could have had.
I would tell them how proud I am to have gotten the chance to coach them. Those three definitely have the ability to help other girls just go for the gold.
So these go on like this. Play buttons in the top left.
I want to thank you for everything you've done for me, whether it's opening the gym or talking to me about anything, helping me throughout everything, and just being that person for me. I appreciate everything you've done for me and how great of a coach you've been and a great of a leader you've been for everyone. And the time you take away from your family to be with us is really, we appreciate it so much. And so thank you. First, I want to start off by thanking you for all the time you've put into this program and where you have taken this program. You've made practice not only a fun environment, but a safe environment. It turns out to be the best part of my day and something I look forward to. And in the past years, I haven't really ever looked forward to going to practice. So I just want to thank you for that. And thank you for helping me find the love of the game again and being the best friend that any teammate and coach could ask for. So thank you, Kurt.
You don't need to have the yelling coach to bring the intensity, if that makes sense. Going out there and playing for him has been one of the best things for us girls. If it weren't for him, we would not be where we are. He puts so much time and he sacrifices so much things, and it's just it's really heartwarming having a coach like him. And all of the girls, no one complains about him. We all can go to him if we need anything, and having that that family feeling is really nice.
Thank you so much for everything you've done. I mean, you started working with me on JV at the end of my 8th grade year, and you've been such a great coach, and I look up to you so much. You take so much time away from your family for us, and I love when you bring your family into everything. I love your kids, I love your wife, and you guys have just helped me through so much mentally and physically. I mean, you put in so many hours with me at the gym when I was trying to get back, and you broke a few sweats that you weren't planning on doing with me in the gym, but just thank you for everything. Thank you for all the gum. I take 3 pieces of gum from you every game. Quite a few at practice too, so I should maybe get you a few packs of gum. But just thank you for everything. I love you guys, and I'm so thankful that you were my coach, and that's the family we created, so.
I feel like he really understands our group, and he knows what to say to us and how to treat us. And he's just an all-around really good coach. He's positive all the time. He's very patient with us girls. We can be a lot at sometimes, but.
You guys, it's a fly.
He always keeps us under control, and he's just very patient with us. He cares a lot about the sport, and his care for the sport really carries over into us girls, and it makes us a lot more passionate about why we're doing the sport, what our goal is, and all around, he's just an amazing coach. I feel like you have to be very selfless. You do it for your team. You have to be giving 100% effort all the time. You really the sport really becomes your life in the winter, and I feel like that's what Cowgirl basketball is. You give all your time towards the program. You become close to your teammates and your coaches, and I just feel like it becomes a family. And
I'd say he's a really good coach. He's really caring, and he's really patient with us for sure, because sometimes we're just not the greatest moods all the time. And I just say that he's really patient. He knows how to work with each and every one of us very well. And he just treats us all with a lot of respect.
Yeah, you guys, you should be very proud of your dad. It was a great season. It was fun to follow.
Thank you for all the coverage.